Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is story about what if neglected Naruto has a sacred gear part 1. Before I start, please do support for more amazing content and comments for part 2. Do consider to subscribe my channel and share my video to your friends and check out the description as well. Let's start the video. Outside of Kyuyu Academy. Currently a single blonde teenager was walking towards his new school. He's wearing the school uniform as well as wearing an orange t-shirt, unlike Issei who wears a red one. Around his neck was also a silver cross. The entire time he was walking, the teenager was thinking back. Flashback years ago. Happy birthday Naruto, Akino! Kushina and Shuri said while taking a picture of a kid Naruto and Akino who were smiling and sitting next to each other at a table. The two were born on the exact same day, and luckily their parents know each other since they are good friends. Minato and Barakiel just smile at their happy children. Minato and Kushina are both exorcists, but oddly enough they are one of the friendliest exorcists and are friends with quite a few devils, fallen angels and angels that not even the Vatican know about, that along with both being taught by Vasco Strata. Blow out the candle and make a wish, you two, Shuri said to the kids, who immediately blew out the candle with a smile still on their face. What was your wish? Akino asked her most closest friend Naruto, who just shakes his head. It's a secret. If I tell you it won't come true, remember? Naruto told the girl, who just puffs her cheeks and glares at Naruto. I won't tell anyone, so please, Akino asked him, but Naruto just crossed his arms and looks away while shaking his head. No. But you can tell me yours, Naruto said, but Akino did the exact same thing Naruto did to him. No, Akino said, gaining laughter from their parents' video tapping this scene. Unknown to all them, this moment will never happen again, along with casting the wheels of fate to turn once again. 1 month later. Daddy, why is mommy still outside? Naruto questioned a worried Minato, who held Naruto while running to the closet fast. After reaching it, he places Naruto in the closet just as the house shook. Whatever you do, don't open this or make any sounds, Minato told his son, and closes it. After doing so, he pressed his right hand at the top of the door, and with a chant he removed his arms, leaving a deal. Only a few Naruto starts hearing yelling and fighting. I know the sacred gear Chaos Karma is here. Give it to me and I'll spare your lives, someone yells, located in the living room. Naruto couldn't help but disobey his father and opens the closet door a little to peek out, but mentally and physically froze. Naruto's bloodied mother and beaten father are being held in the air by their necks by a fallen angel, but not just any fallen angel, it's Kokabiel. You will never find it. It has been in my family for generations and you will never have it, and I suggest you run since both Vasco Strata and Ewald Cristaldi are about to arrive, Kushina said to the fallen angel, who glares at just before he drops her with a light spear forms in his right hand, which he instantly stabs Kushina through her heart, killing the woman much to the horror of Naruto. Kushina! Damn you, Kokabiel! Minato yelled in anger at the fallen angel. Naruto had both of his hands covering his mouth, and his eyes were completely wide with tears falling from his eyes. I suppose you won't tell me either, so die, Kokabiel said, and he raises his spear. Minato's gaze shifts to the door, and his eyes widen a little, seeing the closet open a little with Naruto seeing everything. Minato smiles at Naruto, but then he was stabbed in the heart, ending his life much to the despair of the child witnessing it. Pathetic humans, these are the weakest exorcists I ever faced, Kokabiel said, and was about to search for Naruto when he felt it holy swords. Feeling that, he immediately leaves due to the fact if they see him he will die. Just after seeing the fallen angel leave, the child runs out his door and goes to his mother and father, who have their eyes closed. Mommy, Daddy, ah! Naruto said before he screams while holding his head, and as he began screaming, Barakiel had arrived to the scene. What happened? Barakiel yelled as he was entering the house, and his eyes widened seeing Kushina and Minato dead. Oh no, was all Barakiel could say, and saw a crying Naruto. Behind Barakiel are Shuri and Akino had also arrived, and the moment Naruto saw Akino he ran straight to her and hugs her crying. Akino saw the dead bodies and tears began falling from her eyes. Oh my God! Shuri said with tear appearing in her eyes at seeing her best friend dead. Damn it! I was too late, Barakiel said as he punched the ground with tears falling from his eyes just as the door explodes open, gaining their attention to find 3 exorcists, Vasco and Ewald, entering in a hurry, and they froze in horror. 1 week later. Naruto is currently walking to Akino's house from the graveyard. Yesterday was the funeral where his parents were buried, and he didn't even cry, as if that incident took away his childhood and replaced his eyes with that of an adult's. When Naruto heard crying from inside the house, he enters quickly to find Akino by a dead Shuri. Akino! Naruto said, worriedly going to her side. What happened? Naruto asked the crying girl, who looks at Naruto. Mommy died and Dad wasn't here to protect her, Akino said, crying, and Naruto just holds her, understanding her pain, but his eyes widen all the way at seeing a black feather on the ground, and his face changes to that of rage with a new purpose in his life. Fallen angels. I'll kill them all, every single one of them, until none of them are left. Naruto thought, falling into an abyss of hatred. Flashback end. Naruto stood outside the building, staring at it with a look of loss while the guys glare at Naruto while all the girls are blushing and have hearts in their eyes at seeing the new student. They could only whisper among themselves, but he soon came back to reality after noticing it. When he turns fast, he found her, a surprised Akino standing behind him. Naruto/Akino. They both yell and run to the other in order to hug each other, not seeing the other for 2 years since Akino joined Rias, and Naruto leaving the church to do his own job. Seeing this, both the girls and boys glare at the two while their idiot perverts were also annoyed. Oh great, the new guy got the Toto babe. Issei thought, looking at the two with disappointment. Issei then blinks in surprise after seeing Naruto staring right at him. Socks, he could see it, red aura coming from his right arm. He's the one who posses the sacred gear booster gear. Came the words of Tiamat that went through Naruto's mind, filled with anger. Like Issei, Naruto also posses a sacred gear that has resemblance to Issei's. Its color is dark blue. When the sacred gear is in its first form, it looks like Issei's gauntlet, but the jewel is yellow along with the fingers are glowing yellow since he gave up his arm to achieve power. But somehow has the ability to turn his hand back to normal, but takes some time. He can stay in scale mail until he runs out of power, but has about the same time limit as Valid does, including possessing 2 abilities, which one is called Chaos, which allows his friends to give him power if they wish, and he can add it to his own. You really hate the users of the Red Dragon Emperor, Drake. Naruto thought to Tiamat while he walks with the Kank toward the building. Every user of Drake was a guy and a pervert that hit on my user all the time. Of course I hate him. Tiamat yells in Naruto's mind, causing him to hold his head but makes it look like he's brushing his hair back. He's a devil, must be a pawn of Rias. Naruto thought to Tiamat while glancing back at Issei. Yes, I can feel it, and he's a pervert, I just know it. Tiamat said, not caring about Naruto's thoughts. Let's see if he is a pervert, he may be a good man. Naruto thinks to the dragon, it takes it back after seeing some time later Issei 2 of his friends running away from a group of angry girls who were yelling perverts. Told you he was a pervert, every user of that stupid dragon is a pervert. Fafnir is a pervert as well, calling a girl's panties treasure. Tiamat said to Naruto angrily. Come on Naruto. Akino said to him, leading Naruto somewhere so they can talk alone. Sometime later. So a stray devil is here. Naruto thought while entering the dark building without a care. My a man. Came a female voice which Naruto looks to see she's naked. Her bottom half is that of a monster which Naruto takes out an exorcist gun that has light bullets in it. Chaos Karma. Naruto commanded as a gauntlet appears on Naruto's right hand. It's time for me to kill you. Naruto told the stray devil, who becomes angry at hearing that and charges for Naruto, who began firing some bullets that hit her. That burns, you asshole. She yells in pain at the former member of the church. Naruto just jumps in the air and punches her square in the face and hard. Ah! She yells while Naruto puts away his gun and takes out a light sword. He started to dodge both of her attacks and cuts off both of her arms off in an instant. Rahe! She screams in pain at Naruto, who bright his right arm back while it has a dark yellow ball forming in Naruto's gauntlet hand. Dragon shot! Naruto yelled as he fires a yellow beam that consumes it and kills her instantly. Well, that was easy. Naruto thought to himself, now bored. By the time the devils arrived, the battle was over with Naruto seen leaning against the wall. Yo! Naruto said, holding his gun and still having the gauntlet activated. Naruto, why are you here? Rias questioned the teenager, who just smiles. Oh, nothing, just taking another stroll at night, killing a stray devil, the usual. Naruto told the Crimson Princess, who grew a tick mark while Akino chuckles. Wait, you know him? Issei asked the girl, wanting to know how exactly they know each other. Yeah, he and Akino are childhood friends and we met a few times. He's very annoying, Rias muttered to her pawn. How am I annoying? You have a pervert as a pawn, Naruto said, pointing to Issei, who gets angry. Before you say something, I just want to say that I don't care. I'll kick your ass if you so much as try to see Akino naked, and I don't like perverts, Naruto said, glaring at Issei, who began to sweat. And just to warn you, my sacred gear hates perverts, Naruto said, and Akino walks to Naruto with her arms wrapping around him. Akino just sends Rias a look saying jealous that I have a hot friend all to myself. Rias blushes in anger and looks away while folding her arms. This is getting awkward, Yudo thinks while putting up a smile. Come on Akino, we should go, Naruto said, and Akino just nods and they begin walking away. Who is he? Issei said, and Rias sighs. His name is Naruto Uzumaki. His parents were exorcists, Rias said, and Issei notices what she said and looks at her questioningly. Were? Issei said, and Rias looks at the back of Naruto. His parents were murdered right in front of him by a fallen angel. His dream is to kill every single one of them, so don't piss him off, or he will kill you," Rias warned her pawn. "Will he try to kill Akino once he finds out that she's a fallen angel turned devil?" Rias thinks sadly, not wanting to think the damage or will cause to Naruto's mind. Daytime at the Orc. Naruto was standing within the walls of the Occult Research Club, sleeping on the couch due to not having a place yet to crash. The young man was tossing and turning due to having another nightmare about the past. "Don't hurt them," Naruto said loudly while he started to sweat at seeing Kokabiel hurting his friends. He sees them battling out and against the fallen angel but finally wakes up after Kokabiel kills Akino. Naruto sat up fast, sweating a lot along with his eyes being wide open at the hellish dream he just went through. Another nightmare. Pathetic of me to be still scared of that fallen angel. I'll kill him the moment I see him, Naruto thought to himself as he gets up from the couch. "Naruto, you had another nightmare again, you need to tell Akino." Hearing Tiamat say that, his right hand has a yellow circle on the back of his hand and glows every time Tiamat talks to him from outside his mind. She is doing this in hopes someone overhears. "No, I won't concern her with my dreams," Naruto told his partner, who thought that was stupid. "Stubborn like the others," Tiamat thought while Naruto looks around the room to see if anyone is in the room. "I want to kill them all, you should be the one to know that most, Tiamat," Naruto thought with his right hand touching the right side of his face and could see through the fingers with the images replaying in his mind, which caused for a split second his eyes turn into blood-red slitted eyes but turns back to normal, causing the window to suddenly crack, which gains Naruto's attention to see what just happened and even voiced it. "What just happened?" Naruto said in confusion and walked over to the cracked window. As this was happening, Tiamat stays silent, knowing full well what's happening, but her thoughts began thinking back to her first user, which was the son of an angel. Naruto comes from a long line of powerful beings that even he didn't know. On Naruto's father's side of the family, his great-great-grandfather was an angel, and his great-great-grandmother was a fallen angel. His great-grandfather was a fallen angel, and his great-grandmother was human. Minato's father was born human without the traits of an angel or fallen angel for some reason that could never be solved. On Naruto's mother's side of the family, her great-great-grandfather was a devil and her great-great-grandmother was a kitsune. Her great-grandfather was a kitsune, and her great-grandmother was human. Her father was human and not born with any of the kitsune or devil traits, just like Naruto. "I'd better go hunting for fallen angels again," Naruto thought while getting dressed into his school clothes, since he was wearing only boxers when he went to sleep. By the time Naruto begins walking to the door, it opens to reveal Akino standing at the doorway, surprising him. "Hey Akino, what are you doing here?" Naruto questioned the girl, who just gives him a seductive smile, gaining a blush from the sacred gear user. "Oh crap, don't tell me," Naruto thought while he started to take a few steps back slowly. "So I was thinking, since we're alone in this building, we can have some fun," Akino said, but blinks in surprise at seeing Naruto quietly going to the window, but stops seeing Akino having her hands on her hips with an eyebrow raises. I think I'll be going out for a stroll," Naruto told the girl while he opens the window, but when he was about to jump out, Akino gets behind him and grabs his arm tightly, since she held his arm between her. "You aren't getting away, Naruto. It's time for us to get to know each other a lot better," Akino said to the young man while smiling cutely at him. "I'm too young to lose my virginity," Naruto thought just as he jumps out the window, which Akino then jumps out too, running after him on the ground. "Naruto, you aren't getting away from me," Akino yells as she jumps on top of Naruto in public, gaining attention of the students to find Akino on top of Naruto, but their eyes widen at seeing the blushing whiskered student touching Akino's bust. The boys watching are now and pissed off at seeing this, while all the girls are now jealous. Akino starts circling her index finger across Naruto's chest, still smiling seductively at him. "So where were we?" Akino questions her most closest friend, who was sweating a lot. "Wait, you're going to do it right in front of these people?" Naruto yelled, which Akino just smiled more at hearing that. "Naruto, Akino. What are you doing?" someone asked, which the two turned to find Rias looking at them. "Thank you God," Naruto thought to himself while Akino gets off of Naruto with a look of disappointment on her face. "You ruined my time with Naruto," Akino said with a pout, gaining a sigh from both Naruto and Rias. "Do you realize that you had watchers and were about to do it in front of them?" Rias questioned her best friend, who just nods, once again smiling. "Yes, it would be more exciting that way, right?" And Akino stops and seeing that Naruto is gone. "Sign, guess I'll have to find him again," Akino said to herself while behind a tree was Naruto hiding from Akino. "You know, you really are stupid, you know that. You can't keep hiding from her," came the words of Tiamat to Naruto. Shut up. I'm not running, I'm getting some distance and thinking of a plan," thought to himself with his heart beating fast. "That's still called running away," Tiamat said back to Naruto, who just sighs. "Naruto," Akino said, standing right next to Naruto, freaking the hell out of him, and before he could run, she hugs him much to the surprise of Naruto. "Hey, aren't you gonna try and have your way with me?" Naruto asks her Akino, who gives a little laugh. Who said anything about that? Akino questions the now surprised Naruto. Huh? Naruto said with shock, not believing what she just said. Suddenly he feels something soft on his lips and his eyes widen. Akino was kissing him, much to his shock. By the time she stops, the queen took a step away from Naruto. I just wanted to give you a kiss, but my, Naruto. You must have thought I was talking about something else. You are very perverted, you know. But if you insist, once we get back to my place we can. Akino was cut off by seeing Naruto blushing bright red. Let's go back to the club room. Rias will be wondering where we have been, Akino said, pulling along the blushing Naruto. She toyed with me, Naruto thought, disappointed in himself. Wow, you are stupid, Tiamat said to Naruto, who looks down sadly. Oh, shut up, Naruto thought to himself sadly. Time skip at the club room. Naruto is currently sitting down on the couch next to both Kaneko and Akino. Watch this. Akino mouths to Kaneko and starts to rub Naruto's right cheek, and it resulted in his eyes close halfway along with he starts to purr. Kaneko couldn't help but blush at seeing this, thinking it's the cutest thing she ever saw, and starts rubbing his left cheek, too, resulting in Naruto making a much louder purr. I swear he might be related to a kitsune, Akino said to Kaneko, who continues to make Naruto purr. They soon stop, much to the disappointment of Naruto, who suddenly shakes his head. What just happened? Naruto asked, but both girls were looking away, but their attention was drawn to Rias slapping Issei. For the last time, when I say don't, then you don't. You have to forget about Asia, you are a member of the Gremory family now, Rias told Issei, not fooling around. Fine, maybe it's time you release me from your household because I refuse to just let her go, Issei said, looking at Rias with determination. I'm sorry, but I can't do that, Rias told her pawn. Of course not, I'm your precious pawn, can't do without your most important piece, can you? Issei said to her, which she yells back at him. That's enough, Issei, Rice yelled, surprising Issei. Pawns are important, they're not the weakest piece in the game by any means. Do you remember when I told you about my evil pieces have the same attributes as their chess characters? Rias said to her most favorite pawn. Yeah, but so what? What can a stupid pawn do? Issei asked his master, not understanding it at all. In this chess game, quite a bit. If a pawn advances deep enough in enemy territory, it can be promoted to any other piece beside the king, Rias told Issei, much to his surprise. So that means I can have all the same powers as everybody else? Issei said, now knowing a new technique. Yes, but only if the master declares the place enemy territory, say for example the Fallen One's church. Rias stopped immediately, but it was too late. Naruto heard the word fallen, which resulted in his sacred gear appearing. Fallen angels are at the church? Naruto yelled while standing up, completely serious. Akino stopped at seeing Naruto jumping out the window with eyes filled with rage. I'm gonna kill them, Naruto thought to himself, filled with anger. Some time later. This is the worst, standing guard is the most boring thingy. The fallen angel Middle was cut off after seeing a blonde guy walking towards her with his sacred gear activated. Ask and you shall friggin' receive, Middle said with a smile appearing on her face as she jumps off the tree. Hi there, I'm Middle. She was cut off by Naruto, who suddenly grabbed her by the throat, lifting the girl up in the air above himself. You talk too much, Naruto told the girl with a dark look in his eyes, and drops her, which he instantly punched her in the face, sending the fallen angel into the tree. Find her. Damn it! Have you ever heard that you shouldn't hit a girl? She yells, but stopped cold at finding Naruto standing over her, looking directly at her with the dark look in his eyes. Weak, Naruto muttered before he knees her in the stomach, causing her to spit out blood from the impact of the knee. As he began beating her, a portal appears behind him, which both Rias and Akino appear. Seems he got here first, Rias said, gaining the attention of Naruto, who held the girl by her and holding her against the tree. What are you two doing here? Naruto questioned the two devils just as the fallen angel began to flail, but stopped after Naruto slowly began applying pressure that caused her movement to slowly stop until she no longer moved. She should have used her powers. Hearing that, Naruto looks up at two more fallen angels, Calawarner standing next to Donasek. Unfortunately, we meet again, Lady Gremory, Donasek said to the crimson-haired princess while Naruto just drops the weak fallen angel on the ground. We need to pay back your servants, Calawarner said, but noticed Naruto starting to smile, unnerving him. Time to kill, Naruto yells as the jewel in his sacred gear glows bright yellow. Chaos Karma Dragon Destroy, came the words from his sacred gear, shouting loudly. Armor begins covering Naruto's body slowly, resembling both Vala and Issei's scale males except for the glowing yellow fingers and toes, along with the angel-like dragon wings sprouting from his back. The armor itself is dark blue while its jewels are dark yellow. Balance Breaker, Chaos Karma Scale Male, Naruto shouted loudly in his armor and cracks both of fists. Who's first? And just to tell you the truth, I hate holding back, Naruto said, excited at getting to kill some fall angels. Balance breaker? So it was true, he's the one we've been hearing about. The one called the Fallen Angel Hunter. Danasik said loudly, not believing he's facing this guy of all people who goes ballistic against fallen angels, being said to have ripped a pair of wings off of a fallen angel. He was stopped by Naruto moving too fast since he was already behind him, and just like the Fallen had stated, his wings were ripped off by force, gaining a painful yell from Danasik while the others were amazed at his new level of speed. Fast. Akino thought, shocked seeing that Naruto had gotten faster from last time they met as well as more brutal. Calawarner immediately created a light spear and was about to throw it at Naruto, but he stood right in front of her with his right fist drawn back, having a yellow orb at the end of the fist, and rams it into her stomach. Soon enough a beam erupts from her body, causing her to hit the ground dead. Naruto glances at the running Danasik, who suddenly had his face rubbing against the dirt in a straight line due to Naruto slamming his right hand down on the back of his head. When he looks behind himself, he was staring at the one who will send him to hell. Show mercy. Danasik pleaded of Naruto, who just smiles. Why would I show you fallen angels mercy? After all, you took my parents away from me, Naruto said to the fallen angel just before piercing through his chest with his right hand so he could rip out his own heart and crush it in front of his own eyes. As this happened, Akino couldn't help but look away. His hate has grown stronger towards fallen angels. Rias thought to herself, seeing at how he killed the 3 fallen angels. By the time he stood up from the dead body, he returns to normal. Naruto. Hearing Akino say his name, Naruto looks at her with a smile. Sorry about that, I wasn't myself again. Naruto apologized sadly and begins walking towards the building. Let's help Issei, shall we? Naruto asked the two, but Akino stayed behind to clean up the mess. When the two arrive, they watch to see Issei win against Rainer by punching her outside the window. Naruto was the one to drag Rainer in the room and throws her in front of everyone. Nice to meet you, fallen angel Rainer. I am Rias Gremry, heir to the Gremry clan, Rias said with a smirk to the beaten fallen angel. You're a daughter of the Gremry clan? Rainer said in realization that she just screwed up. So pleased to make your acquaintance, although I'm sure we won't know each other for much longer. And also, just after Rias said that, Naruto drops 3 feathers in front of a horrified Rainer. Your friends who came to greet us, Naruto sent them flying away, Rias told the more fearful Rainer. Sent them flying away? Issei asked, surprised to hear that. Naruto killed them as well as posses of strong sacred gear like yours, Issei, Yudo told his friend while smiling. A daughter of Gremry, how dare you? Rainer said to the girl who began speaking. Ever since you targeted Issei, we got wind of a fallen angel plot in the city. If only you hadn't interfered with us, I would have let you be, Rias told the fallen angel who could be escape. President, does this mean you did this for me? Issei asked him. Master, who answers? Issei. That sacred gear, Rias said while looking at the sacred gear on Issei's arm. Yeah, it changed so suddenly, Issei said his master, who started speaking again. Wow, and faster than Naruto. I see, that's how it happened. Fallen angel Rainer, Issei's was not just a simple twice critical, Rias said, now confusing the fallen angel at what she means. What? Rainer voiced her confused thoughts and got her answer when Rias began speaking again. It can increase its wielder's powers immeasurably for just 10 seconds, to the point where even a god could be destroyed. The Crimson Emperor Dragon's Gauntlet, the boosted gear, it is one of the 14 Longinus gears. It doubles the owner's power every 10 seconds, allowing him to transcend both God and Satan at will. Naruto's is different, which allows his friends to lend their power to him, but it is also considered one of the 14 Longinus gears due to its ability. One of the 5 great dragon kings resides in Naruto's gauntlet, Rias told the fallen angel who froze. The legendary power that is says to destroy a god, possessed by these children? Rainer thought to herself angrily. No matter how powerful it is, it needs time to power up, so it's not almighty. It's because your opponent let her guard down you won. And now you will disappear, fallen angel, Rias said to the fallen angel. Issei, Rainer said to Naruto's fellow student, while changing back to her other form, surprising them, and most of all shocking Issei. Help me. I might have said all that, but as a fallen angel I had no choice but to do what I did, Rainer said, and Naruto glares at her with tick marks appearing. Yuma, Issei said with eyes filled with disbelief. See? As proof, I didn't throw this away. You remember, don't you? You bought this for me, Rainer said, showing him the bracelet she kept wearing. Why do you still have that? Issei questioned her while he approached Rainer. I just couldn't part with it. I mean, you have it, Rainer said while Naruto was about to kill her. Please save me, Issei, Rainer begged of him, trying to trick Issei. How far will you go? Naruto, please do it. Hearing Issei say that while turning around, Naruto couldn't help but smile, Reiner's eyes widen at Naruto grabbing her by the face as his gauntlet appeared and began charging up with it starting to glow. I have a sister, if you kill me then she was cut off by her body being consumed by the yellow beam. If she comes after me, I'll kill her too, Naruto said to the now obliterated fallen angel and starts walking away. If you need me I will be with Akino, Naruto said while walking away with his gauntlet turning back to normal. Sometime later, back at the clubhouse. I win again Naruto, Akino said to her closest friend after beating him at chess again. Naruto just sighs while looking dish sadly. Dang it, Naruto said, but Akino leans over the small table towards Naruto and kisses him on the cheek. Naruto could only blush in response to the kiss while Tiamat just chuckled. Guess you buy me lunch. Hearing that, Naruto went through his frog wallet until Akino suddenly took his wallet. Let's buy a cake for everyone. Just after saying that, Akino dashes for the window and jumps out. Hey, I never agreed to that, Naruto yelled after Akino as he too jumps out of the window following after the girl who stole his wallet. Within the forest. Naruto is currently in scale mail, training by himself with the forest alone. He's on one knee while breathing hard and surrounded by destroyed trees. I must get stronger, if I want to kill him, Naruto thought to himself while standing up slowly. Naruto, you should take a break, you're exhausting yourself, came the words of a worried Tiamat. No! I must get stronger, the way I am, I don't have a chance against Kokabiel, I must kill him, Naruto told her and yells, forming two yellow orbs in both of his hands. Twin dragon shot, Naruto yelled, firing both shots straight ahead and they blow through the trees like there were nothing with an explosion happening far away from him. Just after using that attack, Naruto falls on both of his knees with his male scale deactivating. You pushed yourself way too hard, Tiamat said to Naruto with an image appearing behind the exhausted Naruto. I don't care, Naruto yelled with his gauntlet appearing as he starts to create a swirling sphere in his hand, but it disappears with Naruto ending up falling to the ground, unable to get up back up. Again Naruto? Came the words of Ria standing next to Akino in front of the unmoving Naruto. Just fix the area, this is none of your business, Naruto told the Gremory, but starts sweating at seeing Akino glaring at the unmoving and now sweating Naruto. Stop acting tough. You can't keep acting strong like you're God, you're only human after all, Akino said to her closest friend loudly, causing the blonde to look away. God, he didn't do anything to save my parents, Naruto told her, and with all his strength he flips himself over on his back through he once again could not move but stare at the sky, then at the angry Akino. Those fallen angels took my family away. Naruto was cut off by Akino kneeling down in order to give Naruto a slap across his face, much to his shock, as she then pulls him up so he would be sitting up just as she hugs him. Please, just stop this already. Please, Akino begged Naruto sadly, no longer wanting to see him this way again. I will never stop, I will annihilate every single one of them, Naruto said to her with his hands turning into fists. Hearing that, Akino could only hug him more tightly. Feeling her hug get tighter, he just starts shaking. I can't afford to stop, at this rate I can never defeat Kokabiel, Naruto said with tears falling from his eyes as he pushes away the surprised Akino who watched him grab his head. I need to get stronger, I need to avenge my family. I want to get stronger even after that day, I still see it in my dreams how my parents were killed, I must get stronger. Naruto yells in anger to the heavens. Deep within him something starts to crack his will to get stronger. Akino just hugs Naruto once again. Don't worry, you will become stronger, I believe in you, Akino told the one she cares about most, which Naruto leans his head against Akino's. If you weren't with me from the very beginning, I probably would have killed myself out of sadness, Naruto told Akino, causing her eyes to widen in shock. I don't want any secrets to keep us apart, I care for you more than myself and that's why I need to get stronger in order to protect you and the others, Naruto told Akino and finally passes out after testing his limit. Akino just stares down at Naruto with nothing but guilt. Rias just watched this, thinking about Naruto's family ties. Not much is known about his family, but why do I get this weird feeling of fear every time I see him? Rias thought to herself, not understanding what this feeling is. The flute of the awakening, Naruto muttered in his sleep, catching both of them off guard. Flute of awakening, but that flute, how does he know about that forbidden flute? Rias thought to herself, remembering what her older brother told her about one of their most forbidden secrets involving the kitsunes. You must always remember, if a kitsune ever got a hold of this flute, he must never play it, especially if he has 9 tails. The first and last one who ever played it was Kurama. That flute made him turn into something that even God couldn't defeat alone. What do you mean, and who's Kurama? Kurama was the leader of the kitsunes in the past, and he was very powerful. It took God and the 4 original Satans to defeat the monster. On that day he was given another name, 10 Tails. Time skip at the club room. Naruto is currently sitting down next to Akino and Kaneko on the couch while Kiba, Issei and Asia aren't here yet. Kaneko was eating sweats while Naruto is relaxing with Akino, both smiling happily. Rias was looking through a book on exorcists on Naruto's family trying to find who he's related to, but there was nothing about Naruto's family. Why do I get the feeling that no matter what I do there isn't any information I can find about his family? Rias thought to herself, confused at why she can't find any information about Naruto. As she was thinking, Naruto heard some suture sing news. Are you serious? Asia is living with Issei now? Naruto asked Akino while hearing a very pissed off Tiamat. What? That cannot be allowed. That perverted boy will surely rape the girl. Tiamat yells inside Naruto's head, which he just sweat drops a little. Well, Tiamat doesn't like the idea, Naruto said, and Tiamat began yelling out loud for everyone to hear her speak. I hate that idea. The perverted dragon and guy living with a nice girl. That can't be allowed. Kill him. Kill him now while you have the chance. Tiamat yells and activates his scale mail while Junior was still sitting on the couch. WTF, how the hell did you do that? Naruto demanded of his partner while standing up, which Akino couldn't help but laugh at seeing this. Stupid, Kaneko said, which Naruto gets a tick mark. How am I stupid? Naruto yells at her, but she continues eating her food, which Naruto face faults. Serious, Naruto stops grabbing his head in pain, drawing their attention. The scale mail disappears with Naruto once again breathing hard. Naruto, are you okay? Akino asked him worriedly, which he just gives her a reassuring smile. Yeah, this happened a few times recently. I don't know why, but I should get home and rest, Naruto said to her while standing up fully. He turns to Akino with a smile on his face. I'll be back tomorrow, Naruto told her while smiling, and leaves the room with the door shutting behind him. Just after the door closed, he falls to one knee. Tiamat, what is happening to me? Naruto thinks, but she doesn't get an answer regardless when he keeps asking. In the end, Naruto stands up and begins walking home to his apartment. Some time later, everyone is in the room and Rias wanted to show them all something. The crimson-haired princess sticks out her hand and some kind of cartoon bat appears in her hand. This is my familiar. You've met her previously, Issei, Rias told her pawn as the bat flies up. Huh! Was all Issei could say just as the bat transforms into a girl. Didn't see that coming, Naruto thought with surprise while blinking, and the girl winks at Naruto much to his surprise, but Akino gets behind Naruto, wrapping her arms around him much to his embarrassment. He's mine, Akino said to the bat girl, who pouts. Then that girl was Issei said, and the girl transforms back into her bat form. This is mine, Akino said, and lets go of Naruto just as a green imp appears on the ground. An imp? Issei said with surprise at seeing it. This is Shiro. Kaneko sapped, and they turned to see her holding a cat. The cat jumps out of Kaneko's arms and starts running her head against Naruto's legs, surprising them all. Meow, the cat said, and Naruto kneels down and scratches the cat behind the ears, causing her to purr, and he picks the cat up so he could hand her back to Kaneko. Mine is. Kiba stopped, seeing Issei losing interest in the conversation. I don't want to see yours, Issei said, gaining an uncomfortable smile from Kiba. Oh, come on, Kiba said, sweat dripping while having a smile on his face. It's a basic thing for demons. They can assist you, deliver messages, and even find things, Rias told her comrades while smiling. How do you get a familiar? Asia asked questionably at what she told them. That is. Rias was cut off by hearing a knock at the door, which some other students enter. Please excuse us, the leader of the group said to all of them. She is, Issei said, knowing who she is. Issei, can you fill me in on who the heck she is? Naruto asked the prevented Dragon Emperor. She's the student council president, Sauna Shirtorai. Next to her is the vice president, Shinra Tsubaki. Actually, these are all student council members, Issei said to Naruto, who just blinks in surprise. What brings all of you here? Rice asked them, wanting to know why they entered her room. Just a greeting, since both of us have some new servants, Sona said to her friend. Servants? Don't tell me, Issei said with surprise and understanding. Her real name is Sona Citri. She's the heiress apparent of the upper-class Citri family. Akino tons the ones, but most of all Issei who did not know. There are other demons in this school? Issei asked, not knowing about this. Rias, you didn't tell him about us? It's strange he wouldn't notice fellow demons though, Saji said to the crimson-haired princess. Saji, the two families do not meddle in each other's affairs. It's no surprise that Hydra is unaware, Sona said to her comrade. You're the guy who recently joined the student council as the secretary. Class 2C's, Issei said, which Sona introduces him. Saji Genshiro, my pawn, Sona said to the Red Dragon Emperor. This is my pawn, Issei Hayadu, and my bishop, Asia Argento, Rias said with a smile, introducing the two of them. Oh, you're a pawn too, and we're also in the same grade, Issei said to me, he man who started speaking as if he was better than him. I must say that being the same piece as one of the perverted trio seriously hurts my pride. Saji said, which Naruto just raises an eyebrow. Something tells me you're an emo. Just don't go cutting yourself in this room, we got new carpet and hate to buy new ones. Naruto said, shocking the others at him, defending Issei while Saji's eye twitches and some of the girls in Sona's peerage start to chuckle, including Kaneko and Sona. What did you say? Saji yelled at Naruto, just smiles. You must be deaf, I'll buy you a hearing aid. Naruto said, pissing him off even more. I'm a pawn that was worth 4 pieces. Saji said to Naruto, who just won. Saji, don't. Sona said, not wanting him to compare who's worth more. Yeah, and he was worth 8, idiot. Naruto said, much to his shock. 8? Isn't that all of them? Saji said, which Naruto just claps. Congratulations, you can actually count. Naruto said, soon patting his back. I was wrong, you aren't an emo, thank God. Naruto said, which Saji just face faults. I can't believe this, a guy like him was worth 8. Saji was soon cut off by Issei. Shut up. Issei yelled at the guy. Apologies for that, Haidu, Argento. Try to get along with him, if you can, he's also a new to being a demon. Saji. Sona said, looking at Saji. Yes, ma'am. Saji said, sticking out his hand towards Asia. Pleased to meet you. Saji said, which Naruto just sighs to himself. Pleased to meet you too. Asia said, and Saji puts both hands on hers. To be with a cutie like you, the pleasure is all mine. Saji said with a smile, pissing Issei off, and he grabs Saji's hand, making him stop and starts twisting it. Saji, nice to meet you. Issei said with a fake smile. Is it me, or is every pawn that's a guy turns out to be a pervert, or turns into a pervert after becoming a pawn? Naruto voiced his thoughts, which both glare at Naruto. Shut up. They yell, but Naruto rams both of their heads together, making them fall to the ground. What is with you guys having pawns that are perverts? It's really annoying. Naruto asked the two, which both girls sigh. So are you going to get Issei a familiar or what? Naruto asked while looking at Rias. So you are going to go to him as well? Sona asked Rias with clear surprise. Yeah, I had some time next week in mind though. Rias said to her friend, who once again starts speaking. But he's only available once a month, Sona said in a thinking pose. Then how about deciding it with a fair game? Rias asked, causing Sona's eyes to widen all the way. A game? Sona asked with surprise on her face. The winner gains the right to commission him, Riyadh said to her friend. Are you talking about a rating game? Sona questions Rias, who just gives her a little laugh. Oh no. We'd never even be granted permission for that, Rias said to her, which Sona began speaking again. Right. You can't afford to harm yourself right now, after all. Hearing her say that, Naruto looks at Rias to see that her eyes were narrowed. What's she talking about? Naruto questioned Rias, who isn't looking at Naruto but at the ground. That's irrelevant. Oh, I know. Let's settle it through sports, like the high school students we are, Rias said to Sona while Naruto visibly sweat drops. Oh great, this may not end well. Naruto thought to himself, knowing full well this isn't gonna be good. Naruto is currently sitting with Kaneko, who's holding 2 destroyed tennis rackets. The match just wouldn't end, so, Kaneko says, and Kiba, Issei and Asia are also in the room. You guys will be doing a team match, Naruto said. A team match? Issei says, not expecting that. President and Akino are discussing the matter with the student council right now, Kiba says, and the door opens, drawing all their attention. We decided on dodgeball, Ria says, smiling along with Akino and both entering the room. The match is tomorrow night at the gym. Let's do our best for Issei and Asia, Ria says, and they all say yes except Naruto. Thank you very much, Asia says, smiling happily. Everyone, Issei says, smiling. This will not end well, I just have the feeling something bad will happen, Naruto thinks. Next day at night at the gym. They have 2 more members than us, so I asked them to referee, Ria says. Issei is stretching on the ground and Kaneko is pushing against his back, helping him stretch farther. Look up episode 7 for what I mean. I haven't played dodgeball since elemental school, Issei says. The goal is to select a winner, so we went die a game with simple rules, Rice says, passing the ball to Kiba, who catches it. The whole time Naruto is standing on the balcony watching. Asia learned them quickly too, Kiba says. I'm at my limit, Asia says, not being able to stretch anymore. Just a little more, Akino says, trying to help Asia stretch farther. Naruto starts to blush seeing the pose and outfit Akino is in and turns away. You really need to ask her out, Tiamat says, sweat dropping and annoyed seeing Naruto watch Akino like a pervert. What? Are you serious? It's just, Naruto says, treacly nervous and shy about asking Akino on a date. Tiamat signs at this. Both Naruto and Tiamat eye twitches. Well, Tiamat's eye twitches mentally, both seeing Issei having overheated thoughts watching Asia and Akino. Kaneko looks at Naruto, who nods, and she turns back to Issei and forces him to stretch further, making him scream like a girl. Naruto swore he heard cracks. That had to hurt, Naruto says, feeling bad for Issei. Naruto lays against the wall and tries to catch some sleep. Time skip during game. Naruto is currently sleeping when he wakes up hearing that it has begun and turns to see the girls' clothes ripped a little and a lot of them destroyed. What kind of dodgeball game is this? Naruto thinks, seeing all of them releasing their powers. A dodgeball flies through the window. Dodgeball is a very scary sport, Asia says, scared. I don't know what sport we're playing anymore, Issei says, freaked out. President, let's take out Hydra first, Saji says, and Sona jumps in the air. Shitori-style sinker bomb shot, Sona yells, throwing the dodgeball heading straight for Issei. What? Issei yells, running away, and the ball is chasing him. Why? Issei yells, not wanting it to chase him. Issei, dodge it. Rias yells, but Issei is doing everything to dodge it, but it's following him like a seeking missile, and the ball is covered in dark blue energy. The dodgeball then hits Issei in the nuts, which makes Naruto flinch. Ah. The pervert deserved it, Tiamat says, laughing, and Naruto's sweat drops at Tiamat's personality. Issei falls to the ground in pain. It's all over, Issei says, covering his nuts. Naruto, can you be the replacement for Issei? Where's Naruto? Akino says, seeing only a cloud of smoke. Wow, that was fast, Kiba says. Outside gym. Hell no, and I playing that game, Naruto yells, running for his life. Naruto heard a scream of pain coming from Saji inside the gym, making him run faster. Coward, Tiamat says, disappointed in Naruto. Shut up, Naruto yells, retorting. Time skip. Thank God that game was over. I didn't want to be chased into playing it, Naruto says, signing happily, and Akino laughs a little. The Occult Research Club has marvelously defeated the Student Council. You all made it happen, except you, Naruto. You ran away when we needed you as a replacement, but we were able to win, Rias says, glaring at Naruto, who looks down sadly. Sorry, Naruto says. So cute getting the familiars when? Naruto said with a raised eyebrow. Right now, of course, Rias says, and Naruto face faults. Right after that devil dodgeball game? Naruto says, sweat dropping. Yes, we can only meet him when there's a full moon, Rias says, watching Akino open the portal. Him? Issei says. The familiar master, Rias says. Time skip to familiar master. They all appear in the dark woods. Where are we? Issei says. The forest where familiars are created, Akino says, smiling. We got our familiars here as well, Kiba says, and Kaneko nods. This place does look creepy, like something's gonna lash out at me, Issei says, a little creeped out. Why yes, Asia says, hiding behind Issei. Gotta catch 'em all, a guy yells above them. I'm the familiar master, Zatuji. Zatuji yells proudly. That's the familiar master, I was expecting more, Naruto says, and Zatuji loses his balance, making him fall off the tree branch into the ground. It's a nice full moon today. The best day to catch some familiar. I can catch any familiar, Zatuji says, and Naruto looks away, not a care in the world. He's a professional when it comes to catching them, Akino says. I see, Issei says. Now, what are you looking for in a familiar? Strength? Speed? Or maybe one with poison ability? Zatuji says. Actually, do you have a cute familiar? One that looks like a girl? Issei says, and Naruto face palms at Issei's stupidity. TSK, you newbies can't do it right. You want familiars to be useful and strong. That is to say, you must know their abilities and chose one that complements your own, Zatuji says, trying to act cool. I want a cute familiar as well, Asia says. Oh, sure thing, baby, Zatuji says, blushing. Oh great, another pervert, Naruto thinks, annoyed. Thank you so much, Asia says. You, Issei says angrily for what he said to him, and not Asia. 5 minutes later at a pond. The water spirit Undine lives in this lake, Zatuji says. The water spirit. Judging from the name, it's probably someone, as a future harem king, I want to keep around. Issei is stopped by Naruto whacking him in the head with his fist. The lake, Kiba says. Oh, Undine's coming out, Zatuji says, and a she-monster appears, shocking Issei. That's Undine, Zatuji says, smiling. No, that's a fighter who came here to bathe no matter how you look at her, Issei yells. You're in luck, boy. It's pretty rare to come across one. A fighting-oriented water spirit isn't bad, Zatuji says, and sees a big shadow in the forest move, which makes his eyes narrow. It's here again? Satuji thinks. It's bad. It looks more like a hitman than a gentle spirit, Issei yells. But it is female, Satuji says, making Issei fall to his knees. That's one thing I really didn't want to know, Issei says. Time skip 3 minutes later. Satuji sees the bushes moving and looks around worriedly. If they don't hurry up, it'll attack, Satuji thinks. But she had pure eyes. And sure, Asia's a good-natured girl, Asia says, looking at Issei, who looks sick to his stomach. Please don't call that a girl, Issei says. Wait, Satuji says, and they all stop. Look, Satuji says, pointing up at a small blue dragon. D-dragon? Issei says. It's cute, Asia says, smiling. Sprite dragon. Child of the dragon that wields cerulean lightning, Satuji says. It's a quite high-class one, Kiba says, smiling. It's my first time actually seeing one, Rias says. Bo's the only chance to catch it. It's impossible to catch in mature form, Satuji says. Issei has the power of the Emperor of Red Dragon, so the compatibility should be fine, Akino says, thinking she's right. I see. All right, Sprite Dragon, I chose you. Issei has stopped hearing a roar followed by other roars. This isn't good, they're attacking now, Satuji says, getting ready, drawing their attention. It's here, Satuji yells, getting in front of everyone. What's here? Ria says, and her eyes widen seeing it. What is that? Issei says, talking steps back, seeing a big monster the same size as a griffin. It has 9 heads and it appears to be looking straight at Naruto. It's a 9-headed Hydra? Why is it here? Naruto said, and they all take steps back while it takes a step forward. It must have been drawn from all the telling that kid was making, Satuji says, pointing at Issei. So why doesn't it leave? Asia says fearfully. It might be here to try and kill us. Hydras have deadly poison that even devils fear, and its immortal body. It is one of the most evil pets who would even kill its own master. Satuji is shocked when its heads go towards Naruto, and faster anyone knew it was now staring Naruto in the face. Hi, Naruto says, and the Hydra bends down, staring at Naruto. Naruto's hand moves by its own and touches the Hydra's head, making it close its eyes. I can't believe it. Wait a second, he's human? Satuji says, and Rias nods. The Hydra should have killed him. It hates humans, but why would it like the kid? Satuji says, shocked. I'll call him Roku, Naruto says, drawing their attention, and the Hydra looks like it's smiling. That's creepy, Issei says, and dodges acid gas from the Roku's heads. Sorry, Issei yells, hiding behind Rias. Well, what to come along with me? Naruto says, and Roku licks his face. Okay, I'll take that as a yes, Naruto says, and signs a contract with Roku. What the hell is this kid? Hydras don't usually get along with people? Satuji thinks, looking at the boy. They see blue lightning and it zaps Issei. What was that? Issei says, falling to the ground. The Sprite Dragon is flying above them. Was that Sprite Dragon's lightning? Rias says. Damn you! Issei yells and is zapped by more blue lightning. Issei, Asia says, and the dragon flies on Asia's shoulder. This is, Kaneko says, realizing what's happening. It only attacks things it recognized as enemies. It must have thought the boy was attacking the blonde girl, Satuji says, smiling. That means, Kiba says. It's cute, Asia says, opening her hands, which the dragon flies into, and she hugs it. Well, looks like you got your familiar, beauty, Satuji says, smiling. Time skip. In the name of Asia Argento, I order you to form a contract as my familiar, Azua says, and it's done. All right, we're done. Well done, Asia, Akino says. The dragon flies into her arms again and starts to kick her cheek. That tickles, Rasei, Asia says, making the dragon. Rasei? Issei says. Yes, since he shoots lightning. I took part of it from your name as well, Asia says with a light blush. Well, it's all good. Nice to meet you, Rasei, Issei says, about to purr it, but Rasei blasts him with lightning again, surprising them. I like him, he keeps attacking Issei, Tiamat says. Oh, I forgot to tell you, but male dragons hate makes of other species, Satuji says, smiling. Rasei, you're a mischievous kid, Rias says. Why can't I get a beautiful familiar? Issei yells, crying. Death to perverts, Kaneko says, punching Issei in the face. Time skip back at the club room at dawn. It is says that Sprite Dragons only open up to ones with a pure heart. It wouldn't normally follow a demon. It could be because Asia used to be a nun, Akino says, smiling, seeing Rasei cuddling with Asia. Rasei, you bastard! What are you doing to Asia? Issei says jealously, but is zapped by lightning. Rasei, don't harm others, Asia says, and Kaneko is watching all this, eating a cookie. See you, Rasei, Asia says, and Rasei disappears. Issei stands up from being called by lightning. I became a demon before her, but she's more like a real demon than me. It's depressing. Damn it! I'll catch a familiar that'll blow your mind someday, Issei yells. I'll be looking forward to it. Good work, everyone, Kiba says, and they all begin leaving. Except Naruto, Rias, and Akino. Issei still has a long way to go, Rias says, smiling. He's just begun, Naruto says. Yes, Rias says, looking at his headband he aired at the dodgeball game. Naruto? Where's Roku? Rias says, and Naruto smiles. Don't worry, I let him go back to his forest. It appears that Satoji gave me a red jewel that allows Roku to go back to that forest whenever he's done with the job, Naruto says, smiling. Naruto is standing against the wall next to Akino. Rias, Grafia, and Kaneko are in the room as well. Hey everyone, Issei says, entering the room with Kiba and Asia. Grafia, Issei says, recognizing her from yesterday. Looks like you're all here, Rias says, standing up. Milady, should I talk to them? Grafia says, and Rias makes a no motion with her hand. The truth is, Rias says, and an orange circle appears, drawing their attention. Flames come out of it. Rias narrows her eyes. Phoenix, Rias says, seeing a man inside the flames, and the flames disappear. I haven't been to the human realm in a while. I've come for you, Rias, my love, the man says. Who's this guy? Issei says, not liking him one bit. This is Riser Phoenix-sama. A pure-blooded, upper-class demon and the third son of the Phoenix family, Grafia says. Phoenix family? Issei says, never hearing that name before. He's also the fiance of the Gremry family's heiress apparent, Grafia said, and Naruto's eyes sudden at this. Then that means, Naruto thinks, looking at Rias. The Gremry family, heiress apparent? Don't tell me, Issei says, not liking this at all. That is to say, he's engaged to Lady Rias, Grafia says. He engaged? Issei yells, shocked. Time skip. My, Rias' queen prepared quite delicious tea, Riser says, sitting in the couch with his arm around Rias. If you even think about hitting on Akino, I'll feed you to Roku, Naruto said, drawing Riser's attention. Who's Roku? Riser said. Naruto's familiar, it's a 9-headed Hydra, Rias says, and Riser laughs. Ah ha ha ha. A human making a Hydra his familiar. That's hilarious, Riser says, laughing, and Naruto's eye twitches. He won't be laughing when he sees Roku, Naruto thinks angrily, and was tempted to summon him in the room, but it's too small. Cut it out already, Rias says, standing up, not liking him touching her. Riser, I told you last time. I don't intend to marry you, Rias says, looking the other way with her eyes closed. But Rias, I thought your family was with its back to the wall, so you're in no position to be this selfish, Riser says, smiling. I'm not going to bring my family down. I'm going to take a husband. But I will marry someone I want to be with, Rias says. The entire demon world struggles to preserve the lineages of pure-blooded demons after the last war made them a rarity. Our fathers arranged this marriage for the common good, Riser says, trying to convince Rias to marry him. My father, elder brother, and other family members are all rushing too much. I won't say it twice, Riser. I'm not going to marry you, Rias says, turning around to meet Riser standing in front of her, and he holds her chin in his right hand and leans closer to her. You know, Rias, I am the face of the Phoenix family. I cannot have you sully my honor, Riser says. President! Issei yells, and they all get a little angry at this. I'll take you back to the underworld. Even if it means burning all your servants to death, Riser says, smiling. Touch my friends, I'll pour holy water on your face and watch you scream like a little girl, Naruto says, and takes out a bottle of holy water, which makes Riser glare at him. Please calm down. Milady, Riser-sama, as I am here on Sir Zesha-sama's orders, I do not intend to stab idly by, Grafia says, and Ralisar lets go of Rias. When it's you, the mightiest queen, saying that, even I am scared, Riser says. He predicted this might happen. As such, I have been charged to carry our last resort measures if no agreement is reached, Grafia says. Last resort? What do you mean, Grafia? Rias says, not knowing what she's about to say. If you insist on your position, you're welcome to settle the issue with Razor-sama through a rating game, Grafia said. Rating game? Where did I? Issei says, remembering where he heard those words before. Right, the student council president was saying something like that, Issei says. It's a game that resembles chess where upper-class demons fight using their servants, Kiba said. Chess? Issei says. That is why your powers are likened to chess pieces. Why you're called evil pieces, Naruto says, and Issei gets it. I see, Issei says. I've played the game many times and won many times as well. You're not even an officially qualified player, let alone have any experience, Riser says, making Rias glare at him. Originally, only seasoned demons were allowed to participate in a rating game, Akino says. Then she's at a real disadvantage, Issei says, shocked. It's getting worse, Kaneko says, and Riser continues his talk. Rias, just to make sure, are these all your servants? Riser says questionably. What if they are? Rias says, and Riser laughs and snaps his finger, making the same orange circle appear, and fire comes from it. They see 15 girls come from it. I have 15. In other words, a full set of pieces, Razor says. Beauties? 15 beautiful girls? Unbelievable. What a true man. Issei yells the last part, starting to cry, and Naruto's sweat drops. Hey Rias, that servant is crying out loud while looking at me, Riser says, annoyed by this. Forming a harem is his dream, Rias says. That's creepy, Ravel says. Tell me about it, Naruto said, agreeing. Oh, I see. Yubeluna, Riser says, looking at his evil pieces. Yes, Riser-sama, Yubeluna says, walking towards him. He then kisses her, and Rias has a disgusted look on her face. He then starts to grope her, which Naruto looks away disgusted. I hate him, Tiamat yells. You'll never be able to do things like this, you lowly imp, Riser says, smiling. Shut up. I can tell you'll flirt with other girls even after marrying our president. You promiscuous chicken shit. Issei yells, and Naruto shocked at that name. Don't you know your place? Riser says, annoyed, and stops groping Yubeluna. I don't care. All unaware of is my position, Issei says. Stop, Issei, Rias says, but Issei ignored her. As president's servant. Nothing more, nothing less. Issei yells, surprising Rias, and then activates boosted gear. Issei, Rias says, even more surprised, and her eyes widen more. We don't need a stupid game. I'll bring all of you down right here. Issei yells, charging. Boost. Issei's boosted gear says. Issei. Asia yells worriedly. Mira. Riser says, and Mira moves in front of Issei, stopping him. This small girl? I can't really attack her, Issei says, and the girl is about to hit him with her staff when Naruto stops it with a light sword. Don't get in my. Mira stops cold, seeing a light gun pointed at her face and the light sword at her neck. He's faster than I thought, Riser thinks. I suggest you go back to your group now, Nariti says, putting his weapons away, and walks back to Akino's side. Who knew the holder of the allegedly evilest she's strongest weapon, boosted gear, would be such a worthless guy? Riser says, making Issei angry. Why you? Issei stops from Naruto, kneeing Issei in the stomach, shocking everyone. Issei, Rias says, running to his side. She looks at Naruto. I had to do it, he would have made a bigger mess of things, Naruto says, and glares at Riser. Alright. Let's settle this with a rating game, Rias says, surprising them. Understood, Graphia says, then Riser moves back to his evil pieces. Riser! I swear I'll blast you away, Rias says angrily. I'm looking forward to it, Rias, my love. We'll meet again fit the game, then, Riser says they all disappear by fire. Issei must get stronger if he even wants a chance to even win, Naruto said. Time skip. They're all currently heading for the place they're going to be training at. Issei is behind all of us, tired. Come on, Issei. Hurry up. It's delicious, Rias says, drinking some water and waving to Issei, who's the only one taking forever. So why did you make him take all your bags? Naruto said, questionably, holding his own. It's supposed to help him train, Rias says. Okay, so how far is it now? We've been hiking up here for almost 30 minutes. Issei looks like he's about to pass out, Naruto says, pointing at the tired Issei. Kiba passes Issei, holding his own bag that's about the same weight as Issei's bag. Damn you for showing off how easy you have it, Issei says angrily, and Kaneko passes him with her own bag that's right times bigger than Issei's, making Issei fall on his back and then bow. I give up, Issei yells. Is she carrying a house in that bag? Naruto says, shocked seeing Kaneko's giant bag. Hee, Akino laughs a little. Finally here, Naruto said, seeing the big house. Wow. This place looks lovely, Asia says happily. Let's get inside and start training right away, Rias says, shocking Issei. Training? Just as I thought, you're a monster, President, Issei says sadly, and Age turns to him. No, I'm a demon, Rias says, turning away. You guys go change, I'll stay in these clothes, besides, I like these better, Naruto said. Time skip. So this is how you're training Issei? Rias says, and all of them are watching Issei run for his life from Roku, who's breathing fire and spitting acid. I hate you, Naruto, Issei yells, running behind a tree but was destroyed. Hey, you asked me to help and I'm helping, Naruto said, smiling. Well, you at least told Roku that he shouldn't kill or hurt him, just chase him, Rias says. I says he couldn't kill him. I didn't say anything about hurting, Naruto says, shocking them. Don't worry, he has boosted gear and he will survive, I hope, Naruto says, not wanting Roku to kill Issei. He must become stronger if he wishes stands even a chance at winning, Naruto thinks, watching Roku chase after Issei. Roku then knocks Issei into a tree and is about to attack Issei, making him go in a defensive motion with his hands. Roku! He's had enough! Naruto yells and Roku looks at Naruto sadly. I'm Ali. Issei stops by Roku breathing fire and setting his pants on fire. Hutua tut! Issei yells, rolling in the ground. You can go home, Naruto says, petting Roku's head, and he disappears. Keep training, Issei. I need to get some time to myself, Naruto says and walks into the woods. 2 hours later. Akino is sneaking inside the woods trying to find Naruto, but stops seeing something she never saw before. Naruto meditating by a pond. She can see birds on Naruto's shoulders and a fox on his lap. I know you're there, what is it, Akino? Naruto says, turning to her, and the animals leave. It's getting dark, so it's time to go back. Dinner is ready, Akino says. Okay, Naruto says, standing up, and falls to one knee in pain and grabs his head, worrying Akino. Naruto, are you okay? Akino says, worriedly, moving to his side. Yeah, I'm fine, Naruto says, standing up, and shakes his head, then passes her, making her look at him worriedly. Time skip at dinner. Issei is eyeing the girls, earning a glare from Naruto. If you wouldn't mind not eyeing them while I eat, I would be very thankful, Naruto says, making Issei blush, and he starts waving his hands. I'm not doing that! Issei yells, lying, and starts to laugh. Issei? Ria says, gaining his attention. Yes, Issei says, listening. How are you feeling after your first day of training? Ria says, smiling. Well, I was the weakest, Issei says, looking down sadly. Without a doubt, but Asia's healing and your boosted gear are both valuable to use out. Opponents are aware of this too, so make sure you can at least protect yourselves and don't drag the others down, Ria says, and they agree. Ria stands up. Okay, since we finished eating, let's take a bath, Ria says. A bath? Issei yells, standing up, and already face palms. Oh crap, Naruto says. There goes the percent, Tiamat says, annoyed. Oh, Issei, are you planning to peek on us bathing? Want to go in together with us? I won't mind. How about you, Akino? Ria says, turning to Akino. Well, if Naruto joins, I have no problem, Akino says, and Naruto chokes on his ramen and is blushing red. Asia, you won't object to bathing with your beloved, will you? Ria says, and she nods. Kaneko? Ria says, turning to her. Don't wanna, Kaneko says. Never mind then, Ria says, making Naruto and Issei face fault. Ehihei, you know, Kaneko, you should reconsider, and besides, Naruto has a nice body. I've seen it a few times, Akino says, and Kaneko blushes and Naruto looks away, blushing redder than a tomato. Too bad, Ria says, smirking. If you two peek, I'll hate you, Kaneko says, and Naruto instantly stands up. I'm not a pervert unlike him. Naruto yells, and Issei becomes angry. Shut up. You're more of a pervert than I am. Issei yells and soon regrets it, seeing Naruto entering scale mail. Tiamat is pissed as well from a pervert calling her host a pervert, especially the host of the Red Dragon Emperor. What was that? Naruto says, angrily, cracking his knuckles. Outside. You could hear screaming from inside the building. Time skip next day after training. Issei currently has bandages all around his body from the beating he got from Naruto. Never piss off Naruto again, Issei thinks, scared, and Rias enters the room. Rias, tell them about the start of Evil Pieces so they can understand better, Naruto says, and she nods approvingly. It's about time, Asia and Issei knew. Well, we demons, the fallen angels, and God with his heavenly host, waged a huge war a long time ago that seemed to last an eternity. The war was stopped due to a monster getting involved. It was angry for this war affecting its home and fought. Thankfully, God and the 4 original Satans defeated the beast before it could end everything. After that was done, the war ended with all sides suffering heavy casualties. To make up for our near-eternal lifespan, we demons reproduce very slowly. Due to the war, the species itself is at the brink of extinction. After the hostilities, the families of noble and pure-blooded demons, known as the 72 Keys, mostly died out. My family, the Gremory House, Sona's family, the Citri House, and Riser Phoenix are all that remains of the 72 Keys. This is why we demons use resurrected humans as our servants. Subsequently, the raiding game was created. It allows our servants to gain real battle experience and give us masters a chance to demonstrate our abilities. Currently, one's performance in these games has a huge influence on rank and position. We should take a break now. I guess all of you are tired, Ria says. I'll go make some tea, Akino says, staffing out of her seat as well as Asia. I'll help you, Asia says, following, but Issei stops her. Asia. Sorry about last night, Issei says, making her blush, and Naruto raises an eyebrow. Oh no. You were really amazing back, Asia says, but Issei makes a SH sound. Let's keep it our secret for now. It's still not done and far from usable, Issei says, smiling with a light blush. I'll help you until your ultimate move is complete, Asia says. Ultimate move? Kiba says with a raised eyebrow. It's a secret, Asia says. Knowing Issei, it's gonna be very perverted, Naruto whispers in Kiba's war, and he nods agreeing. Oh yeah, Asia. Because you were a nun, please tell us what you know, Rias says smiling. Time skip. Well, there are two key tools that the exorcists possess, Asia says standing next to holy water and the Bible. She picks up holy water. The first one is holy water. Demons like you should not touch it, Asia says. Issei raises his hand. What happens if we do? Issei says, and Naruto takes out a bottle of holy water and pours some in the cap and pours it on Issei's hand, making him scream, and holds it while it steams. It hurts like a bitch, Naruto says, and hands Issei some cloth to wrap his hand in. I did that because Issei asked a stupid question, Naruto says, and looks at Issei. Want me to pour some more on your hand? Naruto says, scaring Issei. No, no, Issei says, scared, and his hand still hurts. Continue, Naruto said, and Asia picks up the Bible. The Bible. I've been reading it since childhood. But now, even reading a single line gives me a splitting headache. I'm at wit's end, Asia says, hugging the Bible. You're a demon, after all, Rias says, smiling with her eyes closed. It's expected of a demon, Kiba says with his eyes closed too. A demon, Kaneko says, agreeing with them. It damaged demons a lot, Akino says, smiling happily. And that's why demons don't read the Bible, Naruto says. But this passage is absolutely enlightening. It hurts, Asia says, emptying her head in cane trying to read it. Oh Lord, please forgive me for no longer being able to read the Bible. I can't take it, Asia says, and tries multiple times to read it but fails. I think I should have explained this because holy water and the Bible didn't hurt me, Naruto says, sweat dropping. Time skip next day. Naruto is currently walking towards everyone's and hears an explosion and streets running. He's greeted seeing the top of the mountain destroyed. Damn it! I miss all the good parts, Naruto yells sadly. The blast he uses was stronger than yours, Rias says, making his eyes widen. What? Just a couple of days and his dragon shut is already stronger than mine, Naruto thinks and makes a fist. So, the Red Dragon Emperor is stronger than the 5 Dragon Kings, Naruto thinks. Time skip a few days later at the club room. Naruto is watching everyone get ready. The door opens, drawing their attention. Excuse us, Sona says with her vice president behind her. Good evening, Sona. Welcome, Rias says, smiling to the two. The student council president and vice president. Why? Issei says, and Rias speaks. Rating games are broadcast to members of both families. They are responsible for it, Rias says, and Issei understands. I see, Issei says. I volunteered for the task. It's your first game, after all, Sona says. I'll show you a fight that won't insult out rivalry, Rias says, and a magic circle appears. Graphia appears from it. Everyone, are you prepared? Graphia says. Yes, anytime, Rias says, ready. When it's about to start, you will be teleported to the battlefield, Graphia said. Battlefield? Naruto says, not hearing about this. An alternate space created just for this game. It's disposed of after each game, so you can run wild all you want, Akino says, smiling, which Naruto signs at her behavior. I will be going back to the student council room to manage the broadcast. I wish you the best of luck, Rias, Sona says, and they walk away. Thank you, but make the broadcast fair, okay? Rias says, and both turn to her. Of course. I do not expect an even match against him, however, Sona says, leaving, and Rias smiles at that last sentence. By the war, the demon lord Lucifer will be watching this fight as well, Graphia says, and Naruto blinks, surprised hearing Rias's older brother watching. I see. My brother is also, Rias says, and Issei cuts her off. Did you just say brother? Did I hear it wrong? Issei said, not quite sure if he heard right. No, her brother is the demon lord, Kiba says, shocking Issei and Asia. The demon lord? Your brother is the demon lord, Issei says, shocked. Yes, Rias says, but really caring. Surzex Lucifer, known as the Crimson Satan. That's her brother. Surzex-sama succeeded the previous demon lord Lucifer-sama that passed away in the war, Kiba says. So that's why the Presidev became the heiress of the Gremry family, Asia says. So that's what it was, Issei says, finally understanding. A red circle appears. It's about time, Graphia says, and they all stand up except Naruto. Let's go, Rias says, and they all steve on the red circle. Be careful, everyone, especially you, Akino, Nariti says worriedly, and she smiles. I'll be fine, Akino says, and they all disappear. Naruto closes his eyes trying to catch sleep. Dream. Naruto is standing on a battlefield and he feels a powerful force, and he turns and his eyes widen, seeing a man with 9 tails and fox features holding a blue flute. Looks like the Legend of Zelda flute from Ocarina of Time. Attack! Someone yells and Naruto turns, seeing an army of angles charging. I will end this war myself, the man says. Abs plays the flute. It's Lugia's theme from Pokemon Movie 2000. Look it up on YouTube. The man is enveloped by crimson energy that hits the sky, creating earthquakes, tornadoes. When it finally stops, a giant monster takes his place with one red eye. With one blast, it destroys half of the army. Naruto watches in shock and horror how they're all eliminated. Dream end. Naruto wakes up and grabs his chest, breathing hard, seeing an image of the past. What the hell was that? It killed them like they were nothing? Naruto says, shocked. Time skip. Naruto is currently waiting outside Issei's room, waiting for Issei to get over his shock that he lost. It's all my fault, even after I made those promises. I just collapsed so pathetically in front of her. The others? Issei says, crying in front of Graphia. Asia, by order of Ria-sama, stated here to take care of you. The others are with Ria-sama at the underworld, Graphia says. With her? Issei says with tears in his eyes. For the wedding party. The one for Riser-sama and Ria-sama, Graphia says, shocking Issei more. Prez, I'm sorry, Prez, Issei says, but then someone cuts him off. Seriously? You giving up just like that? Naruto said, gaining his attention, and is met by a fist to the stomach, making him spit out blood. Issei falls to his knees holding his stomach. You idiot, you're so pathetic right now that I would want to best you up. Look at yourself in the mirror, didn't you want to be the one to be with RIS? Naruto yells, enraged, shocking him. You are truly an interesting person, Graphia says, smiling at Issei, surprising him. Huh? Issei says, not understanding. Over the years, I've met many devils, but you're the first one to honestly portray your feelings. Surzek-sama also thought you were interesting, Graphia says, handing him a paper with a magic circle on it. A magic circle? Naruto says, surprised. With this, you can get to the engagement party, but only outside the castle. The rest is up to you to get inside, Graphia says. Are you saying, Issei says, and wipes away the tears. If you want my sister back, barge into the hall. This are Surzek-sama's words, Graphia says. Issei flips the back, seeing another design. The one in the back, please use it when you rage back, my lady. It will define you, be useful to you, Graphia says, disappearing by her magic circle. Get ready, we're leaving in 10 minutes, Naruto says at the doorway. But how will we, Issei says, and Naruto cuts him off. I got the whole thing covered, get ready. We're crashing a wedding, Naruto says, smiling. At the wedding. Riser appears by fire in the room in white clothes, ready for the wedding. Famed nobles of the demon world. The Phoenix family is honored by your attendance tonight. We invited you all to share the historic moment in which I, Riser Phoenix, and the heiress apparent of the Gremory family, Rias Gremory, formally announce our intent to marry each other. Without further ado, let me introduce my empress, Rias Gremory. Riser yells and Rias appears in a wedding dress. Everything was cut short when they started to hear yelling and roaring. A guard comes running though the door, looking like he just got in a fire. Hold the door, we can't let it in. The guard yells and the others run to the door and hold it, but it appears they aren't strong enough and are thrown back with the door opening all the way. Everyone is shocked to see a 9-headed Hydra breaking into the room while an armored figure is on it. Issei, Naruto? Rias says, recognizing Naruto's scale mail. President! Issei yells, spotting her. That's how you crash a wedding in Naruto style. Naruto yells, smiling, and Issei jumps off. Roku roars and Naruto looks at Riser. And you thought I was lying? Naruto yells, pointing at Riser, and all 9 heads for us on him while glaring. Riser swallows. How can a human be able to control a Hydra? Riser thinks and Naruto jumps off Roku. Underground. Under the entire wedding is a sealed room with a blue flute inside it. The flute starts to glow bright and shake. Back to Naruto. Naruto deactivates scale mail. More guards surround them. I should have kept it on, Naruto says to himself. How dare you break in, Riser says, but Issei cuts him off. I'm Issei Hayato, a member of the Ku Academy Occult Research Club. President Rias Gremory's virginity is mine. Issei yells, making Rias blush and Naruto's eye twitches. Seriously, at a time like this? Naruto says at Issei, who just ignores him. What, how dare you? Riser yells, angered by this. Seize them. Riser yells and the guests charge, but Kiba, Akino and Kaneko take them out. Issei, let us handle these guys, Kiba says, using his ice sword. You two are late, Kaneko says, and Naruto signs. Well, sorry, there were a bunch of guards. They're probably in pain right now from Roku beating the shit out of all of them, Naruto said, and the guards behind them are zapped with lightning. Oh my, you two are finally here, Akino says, standing over the beaten guards. Naruto walks over to Akino. What did I miss? Naruto says smiling and Akino giggles. Nothing much, Akino says smiling. What's going on? A demon says. Rias-sama, what's happening? Another demon said, not sure what to make of this. A little entertainment I prepared, Surzek says, appearing with Grafia behind him. Who is that? Issei says, not knowing who he is, but it's pretty obvious from the hair color. Brother. Rias says, shocked seeing him here. Does that mean? Issei says, putting things together. Surzek's Lucifer-sama. A demon says. He's the demon lord? Issei says, surprised. Surzek glances at Naruto. So he's the one that's making the Flute of Awakening act like that, Surzek thinks and turns back to Issei and smiles. Surzek-sama, what do you mean by entertain? Riser is cut off by Surzek sticking his hand up in a stop motion. Riser, the rating game was very interesting to watch. However, against my sister who was inexperienced and had half the pieces, it was a bit, Surzek says. You have complaints about the fight? Riser says with his eyes narrowed at Surzek's. Not at all. The rating game itself would become meaningless if I did. Not to mention, considering the circumstances involved this time, my old family would be dishonored. I wanted something flashy for Mr. Little Sister's engagement party. You, boy over there, Surzek says looking straight at Issei. I wanted to see for myself the power of the dragon you possess, so I had Grafia make arrangements, Surzek says, and Riser gets it with a smile. I see. So basically, Riser said. Dragon versus Phoenix. Wielders of two legendary powers squaring off would make the party exciting, wouldn't it? Surzek says, surprising Issei. Be brother. Rias says, not sure of it. As expected of the Demon Lord, that was a very interesting idea, Riser says, ready to fight. Dragon user boy, Surzek said, gaining his attention. Why yes. Issei says, standing up straight. Would you like to show me and the high-class nobles your power again? Surzek says. Sure, Issei says, making a fist ready to fight for Rias. Issei, don't. Rias says worriedly, but Riser stops her. You'll be my last flame before I settle down as a married man, Riser says, smiling confidently. All right, dragon user boy. What do you want as a reward for winning? Surzek says, waiting for his answer. Surzek-sama, no need to reward a mere low-class demon. A demon says, and was silenced by Roku spitting acid at his feet, making him jump away. He is a demon nonetheless. We're asking him for a favor, so we must reward him fair compensation. What do you desire? Nobility? Maybe a beautiful woman? You may choose anything, Surzek says, and Issei answers. No, Rias Grenori-sama, give her back. Issei yells and Naruto smiles while Rias blushes. Time skip almost at the end of the fight. Before Issei could make contact with Riser, his scale mail runs out. Never give up, Issei says, and his boosted gear gauntlet jewel glows. Riser grabs Issei by his shirt and lifts him in the air. Well then, time to put you to sleep. The ceremony will be over by the time you wake up. Riser smiles, thinking he won, but is sadly mistaken. Not yet, Issei says, surprising Riser, and already smiles, watching with the others. How do you put out fire? With water, Issei says, holding Naruto's bottle of holy water. In the stands. Holy water? Akino says, and looks at Naruto, who's smiling. But holy water alone won't be enough to defeat Riser, Akino says, and Naruto laughs a little. Yes, but there's other says of using it besides killing demons, Naruto says, surprising then. Back to the fight. Issei rips the cap off with his teeth and spits it out. Issei sticks his gauntlet in the air that's holding the holy water. Boosted gear gift. Issei yells, spilling the water. Transfer. Boosted gear says, and the holy water becomes brighter and all of it hits Riser's face, making him drop Issei and hold his face in pain while it's steaming and his flames start to get weaker. Riser begins screaming in pain. In the stands. I was right. Screaming like a little girl from holy water being poured on the face. Naruto yells, smiling, gaining everyone's attention. Riser's flame is, Kiba says, seeing the flames start to go down. The boosted holy water is diminishing his spirit and stamina rapidly. Even the phoenix that rises again from the ashes can't recover instantly from mental damage, Akino says, confusing Kaneko. Mental? Kaneko says, and Naruto takes over. Mental. That is to say, his mind is not immortal. Holy water to the face hurts the mind badly, making it harder to think, Naruto says, smiling. Back to the fight. Asia told me demons are weak against crosses and holy water. If I boosted and used both of them simultaneously, it would inflict considerable damage to a demon, Issei says, jumping over the flames from Riser. Kiba told me to expand my vision and watch the opponent. Issei yells, landing on the ground, and pours the rest of the holy water on the cross in his left hand that's the gauntlet. Transfer. Boosted gear says out loud. Akino told me to direct my body, aura, to one area to concentrate magic. To focus my mind and feel the glow of magic, Issei says, and his gauntlet is shaking while glowing rainbow-colored brightly. Kaneko told me to aim the line of symmetry of the opponent's body and try to deliver a deep, precise blow. Issei yells and Riser starts to get scared. Wait. Don't you understand that this marriage is important to the future of the demon race? A kid like you who don't know anything shouldn't interfere. Riser yells angrily, but it's too late. I didn't know of care about the complicated stuff. But I faintly remember one thing from the time you defeated me and I lost consciousness. President was crying. That's enough of a reason for me to beat you up. Issei yells, charging at Riser, and gives a powerful punch to the stomach, making Riser spit up blood, and he holds his stomach in pain while taking steps back. This can't, Riser says, and falls to his knees. Be happening, Riser says fearfully, and falls to the ground passed out. Brother, Ravel says, appearing in front of him by flames, and Issei sticks his gauntlet at her. If you have complaints, come at me. I'm always willing to take you on. Issei yells, making her have a light blush. Guess he wins, Naruto says, smiling, and the whole thing Issei is on shakes and he falls and yells, but Kaneko catches him, while Ravel blew away with her brother. Thanks, Kaneko, Issei says thankfully. Good job, Akino says, flying next to Kaneko, and Kiba as well. You did it, Issei, Kiba says, congratulating him. Well, Issei says, smiling. Here goes, there, Kaneko says, suddenly dropping Issei, making him yell, but Rias catches him. Time skip. Naruto is currently on 2 of Roku watching Issei, and Rias riding on the griffin. Unknown to him, Surzex and Grafia are watching Naruto from the castle. I knew it, he's not entirely human, Surzex thinks and walks away with Grafia. Things will be getting interesting once that boy awakens his hidden power, Surzex says and stops. 3 dragons, it may be soon when the vanishing dragon arrives, Surzex says. Are you serious? Naruto yells, hearing that Asia and Rias are sleeping at Issei's house now. He's siding with Akino alone in the clubroom, and she giggles. I'll kill that perverted boy. Tiamat yells, and Naruto struggled to control his gauntlet. Are you kidding me, again? Naruto yells, holding his glowing up pissed-off sacred gear. Wow, Issei has better control than you at using a sacred gear, Akino says, and Naruto looks away embarrassed. Well, mine's a girl, he cut off by Tiamat. What's that supposed to mean? Tiamat yells, and Naruto's sweat drops. And nothing, Naruto says, sighing, and grabs his head in pain. Naruto, tell me and stop hiding it. I've seen you graving your head a lot in pain, Akino says. Naruto looks away. To tell you the truth, even I don't know, it's like I feel a build-up and suddenly it's gone after the pain, Naruto said, not knowing anything about it. What about Rias? Akino says, and Naruto shakes his head. She won't know, it's nothing she's seen before, I just know it, Naruto says and walks to the door. Tell her scout the dreams, Tiamat says, and Akino looks at Naruto with worry in her eyes. What dreams? Akino says, and Naruto looks angrily at his gauntlet. I've been having nightmares about that man killing you guys, Nariti says, and leaves, not turning back. Naruto, wait, Akino says, but when she gets there, Naruto's already gone. Time skip at Naruto's apartment. Naruto was able to get an apartment thanks to Rias' wealth, and if he keeps helping Issei train. Man, why did you have to say that? I wonder what's up with Kiba. He's been acting weird ever since he saw that picture of Issei and his childhood friend. Naruto said, sitting. Naruto's eyes widen all the way. Chaos Karma Dragon destroy. Tiamat yells, and armor starts to form on Naruto, who has a look of rage on his face. Balance breaker, Chaos Karma scale male. Naruto yells in his armor, and turns extremely pissed to a man in the corner of the room watching him. Impressive, I never thought you would notice me that fast, the man says, smiling, and Naruto forms a yellow ball in his hand, but the guy shakes his head. If you fire that, you may destroy this building and kill everyone in it, the man says, and Naruto's eyes widen and becomes angrier. You remind me of him, you're just like Minato and Kushina, the man says and dodges a fist. Don't talk about then, fallen angel. Naruto yells and goes for another punch, but he grabs it and punched Naruto in the stomach hard. Naruto felt that through the armor. Naruto falls to one knee. Would you allow me to talk? I know you want to kill all fallen angels, but geez, you see a fallen angel you attack, the man said, and looks down at Naruto with sadness in his eyes. You're sucked in hatred, you can't even see the truth about a certain friend of yours, the man says, and Naruto becomes even more angry from him talking like he knows his friend better than he does. Why are you here? Naruto yells with Tiamat holding him back. You don't even remember me? Well, it isn't your fault. I was only able to meet you one time when you were just 3 years old, and do you know why I'm saying this? After all, I'm your godfather, the man said, and Naruto's mask breaks and has a disbelieving look on his face. Then it becomes anger, and Naruto charges at the man, ramming into him through the window. Shut up! Naruto yells, and dark yellow energy explodes from him. The man is falling and smiles. Well, it's my fault that you are in so much hatred. If I was just fast enough, I could have stopped your parents from dying. I'm sorry, Naruto, he said in Naruto's anger. The man turns around ready to leave. You will find out something that will hurt you, but it may strengthen your bonds, the man says, and Naruto glares at him. I will never stop. I will kill you all, Naruto says, showing pure rage. Sign, maybe she can save him from himself, if he continues on this path. There's gonna be a problem with the fallen angels and angels, the man thinks, turning away and starts to walk away. Where do you think you're going? Dragon twin shot. Naruto yells, unleashing two very powerful dragon shots at the man, but he dodges it. Naruto's eyes widen, seeing 12 jet black fallen angel wings. The man then shows a spear, drawing Naruto's attention. Be careful, Naruto, that spear has Fafnir in it, Tiamat says to Naruto, surprising him. Downfall dragon spear, an artificial sacred gear I made myself. Glance break, the man says, and is covered in light, and when it disappears, Naruto's eyes widen, seeing him in scale mail, and his wings disappear. Armor of the fallen dragon, downfall dragon, another armor, he says, holding a light spear. He also has a sacred gear, Naruto says, shocked. What are you waiting for? Attack, he says, and Naruto changes at full speed. Faster than Naruto could move. He appears in front of him, and swings his light spear one time, making Naruto's sacred gear shatter, but the gauntlet is intact. Naruto starts to fall, but the man catches Naruto by his foot and drops him in the ground. You are indeed strong, but you are weak at the same time, the man says, confusing Naruto. In strong but weak? Naruto says weakly, not getting it. You'll understand, he says, turning around and starts to fly away, but stops and turns to Naruto. My name is Azazel, by the way, we'll meet again, Azazel says, and looks at Naruto one last time and flies away. Wait, I'm still not done with you. Sto, Naruto stops, falling to the ground. Damn it, not enough energy left, Naruto then passes out. Naruto, Akino says with the others behind, and sees the destruction caused. They were fighting in the park next to the apartment, but thankfully no one was outside because it was almost night. Naruto, Akino says, and both Issei and Kiba go to Naruto's sides and wrap his arms around their necks. There doesn't appear to be any serious injury, but he's exhausted. Who was that person he was fighting that released that great amount of power? Ria says, looking around not to see anyone. Naruto, Akino says worriedly. I couldn't defeat Azazel, Naruto says weakly, and passes out again. Akino's and Ria's eyes widen from the name Azazel. Where Azazel is? He's walking into his home when he passes Kokabiel, who's smiling. So that Naruto kid's still alive, I should paw. Kokabiel is stopped by Azazel grazing his arm and glaring dangerously at him. If you even try to touch one hair on him, you will die, Azazel says, and Kokabiel becomes angry and whacks Azazel's arm away. So you're threatening me to kill me? Kokabiel says angrily. I won't kill you, but Naruto will, but if you do manage to survive him, I'll make your life a living hell, Soel says this once more. Don't even think about touching him, Azazel says, and releases his power, making Kokabiel back away. Fine, Kokabiel says, and leaves the room. That kid must have chaos karma. I'll rip it out of him if it means getting it, Kokabiel thinks, smiling darkly, and unknown to him that would be his biggest mistake ever. Where Naruto is. Naruto is in his bed searching through his baby pictures after years and sees it. A smiling Naruto with Azazel behind him smiling as well, ruffling Naruto's hair. So it's true, Naruto thinks angrily. It doesn't matter, I'll kill him too. Even if he's my godfather, Naruto says, closing the book, having hatred in his eyes. Naruto, you should rethink about killing Tiamat says, but Naruto cuts her off. I will never, it's because him. I want to kill that man more than anything and take down anyone who gets in my way, Naruto says, showing his anger. What about Akino and the others? What happened if they get in the way? Tiamat says she. Naruto stops cold. If you had a choice, revenge or saving Akino, which would you do? Tiamat says, and Naruto looks at his gauntlet. I will always protect Akino, even you know that, Naruto said, and Tiamat signs mentally, knowing that he's not sucked in his hatred that far. Time skip. Naruto is walking through the city when he passes two cloaked figures. Naruto glances at the weapons wrapped in cloth on their backs. You know, if you want to keep those holy swords safe, you should hide them better, Naruto says, making both girls look at him surprised. How did you? Zenovia says, and sees who it is. Wait, you're that guy from the reports about a fallen angel killing your parents, Zenovia says, and Naruto narrows his eyes. Why? Shido is cut off when Naruto just keeps walking. I'll say this once, attack even one of my friends, I'll end the both of you, Naruto says with a glare, surprising them, and Naruto keeps on walking. Wow, he hates fallen angels a lot, you can just tell, Shido says, and Zenovia starts to walk away. Yes, he did see his parents killed at a young age, it changed him, Zenovia says, and keeps walking. Time skip. They're at the club room with the others talking to Zenovia and Shido. Both girls don't make eye contact with Naruto. We appreciate your cooperation. I am Zenovia, Zenovia says, introducing herself. I'm Shido Irina, Shido says, smiling, unlike Zenovia, who has a calm look. For what reason would servants of God desire to meet a devil? Ria says, and is the only one sitting besides Zenovia and Shido, who are sitting on the other couch. Although one is yet to be found, the 6 remaining Excaliburs have been kept by 3 divisions of the church. 3 of those have been stolen by fallen angels, Shido says, and Naruto tenses up on the word fallen angel. The others look surprised. Stolen? Issei says. The ones that we have are this, the Holy Sword of Destruction, Excalibur Destruction, Zenovia says, showing it but not unwrapping the weapon. And my Holy Sword of Mimicry, Excalibur Mimic, Shido says, pointing to the cloth weaker around her arm that can turn into a sword. So, what do you want from us? Ria says, waiting for an answer. This particular problem is between us and the fallen angels. We can't afford to deal with devils of the city, Zenovia says honestly. You're awfully condescending. You thought we would side with the fallen angels to do something to the holy swords? Ria says, staring at Zenovia. Devils despise holy swords. You're in the same position as the fallen angels, Zenovia says, and Ria's eyes glow crimson, signaling there's about to be a fight. If we must, we will completely destroy you, even if you are the sister of a Satan, Zenovia said. If you know that much already, then let me tell you something else. I will never side with a fallen angel. In the name of the Grimoires, I swear I will never do anything to humiliate the Satans, Ria says, making Zenovia smile. I am glad to hear that. That was just what our headquarters were after. I am sure the sister of a Satan would not be foolish, Zenovia says, until smiling. Then you must know that I won't side with you and your god, correct? Ria says, and Zenovia stops smiling. Of course. We simply would like you to pledge non-intervention in this ordeal, Zenovia says, and Ria smiles and closes her eyes. Understood, Ria says, and Bath girls stand up. Thank you for your time, Zenovia says. Won't you stay for some tea? Ria says, offering tea. I am sorry, but we cannot be fired devils. We shall take our leave now, Zenovia says, and they start walking away when Zenovia looks at Asia. I've been wondering this since I visited Issei Issei's house. Are you Asia Argento? Zenovia says suddenly. Why yes, Asia says, surprised by the question. I never thought I'd see a witch here, Zenovia, and Asia is hurt by that. Oh, you're that ex-nun who became a witch? I did hear that you were exiled, because you could even heal devils and fallen angels, but I never knew you'd become a devil. Shido says, slightly surprised. She's smiling. Ah my, Asia says, and looks down sadly. Asia, Issei says, feeling sorry for her. To think that a saint has become a devil. Nobody's perfect, I suppose, Zenovia says. Naruto glares at her. Hey! Shut the hell up! Issei says, but Kaneko holds him back, shaking her head. Do you still believe in God? Zenovia says, surprising Issei. Zenovia, she's a devil, Shido says, looking at Zenovia. Still, some blasphemers feel some guilt and retain a little of their faith. I can sense that from her, Zenovia says, and Asia's eyes widen all the way. Oh, really? Hey Asia, do you still believe in the Lord, even though you're a devil? Shido says, wondering. I just can't quite let it go. I believed in him all my life, Asia says, with tears coming in her eyes. In that case, let us kill you now, Zenovia says, shocking Asia, and Zenovia takes a few steps forward. Whatever sins you have committed, God will always forgive you. I will punish you in the name of G. Zenovia stops, feeling killing intent on her, and looks at Naruto, who's glaring dangerously at her. I've had enough. If you keep talking, I will kill, Naruto said, standing face to face with Zenovia, who smiles. Naruto! Ria says, not wanting him to do nothing. You mustn't, Akino says. I'm not a devil like you guys, so if I beat the shit out of both of them, you guys can't be blamed. Only I can, Naruto says, glaring at the girls. Never call my friend a witch again, Naruto says, glaring. I believe it's a term for dye her state, Zenovia says, and something happens. Faster than any of them could have even moved. Naruto is holding Zenovia in the air by her throat. Such inhuman speed, Shido says, shocked, and feels some kind of power coming from Naruto. I will not allow you to touch my friend, none of them, especially Akino, and if you as so much as touch them, I will send you to hell, Naruto says, and Zenovia's eyes widen in fear, seeing an image of a monster behind Naruto. It's a fox that has 9 tails. It has begun, his power is awakening from its slumber, Tiamat thinks. Naruto drops Zenovia and his strange power starts to recede. A saint needs only God's love. Those seeking more love or friendship are not worthy of sainthood, Zenovia says, and Naruto just stares at her. You're an idiot, you can't just decide if someone is evil from what you heard or from what you see. Asia is a kind-hearted girl who has faith in God, and this is her family. Her friends. Her allies. They would fight to protect Asia because she is a part of their family, Naruto says, surprising the two, and points at Rias and the others. I already know that Issei would fight all of you if it meant protecting Asia, Naruto says. May I take that as a challenge to the entire church? What a bold statement from someone who left the church, Zenovia says. Naruto, stop it, Rias says, and she's cut off. Very well. I will be your opponent, Kiba says, leaning against the door. Who are you? Zenovia says, and Kiba answers. Yuto Kiba, your senior, Yuto said. Yuto? Rias says, surprised seeing him. Outside. Issei and Yuto are standing next to each other ready to fight. Let us begin, Zenovia says, and both throw off their cloaks showing matching outfits. Is this really okay? Should we be fighting church affiliates on our own accord? Akino says, unsure. This is simply an unofficial soaring match, Rias says. Of either if our higher-ups knew, we'd be in big trouble, Shido says, and she takes off the cloth, which turns into a sword. We'll do our best not to kill you, Zenovia says, and the cloth flies off of her sword. Then Yuto starts to laugh, drawing their attention. You're laughing? Zenovia says, confused. Yeah, because I finally found what I've been dying to destroy, Yuto says. She swords appear all around him. Sword birth, I remember now. It was said one subject from the Holy Sword experiments escaped disposal, Zenovia says. Time skip after fight. Zenovia and Shido out their cloaks back on and begin waking away. There's one thing I would like to know. Have you found out which fallen angels stole the holy swords? Rias says. A leader of the Grigori, Kokabiel, was directly involved, Zenovia said, and they all feel it. A cold chill. Zenovia's eyes went all the way, seeing Naruto standing right in front of her wearing scale mail. Where is Kokabiel? Tell me everything you know. Or I will kill you, Naruto says, and Akino becomes really worried. I said tell me. Naruto yells with his visors glowing bright yellow, and Zenovia swings her Excalibur, but Naruto catches it by his right hand, making Zenovia's eyes widen, and he rips it out of her arms and throws the blade to the side. Naruto begins emitting a dark yellow energy. Naruto suddenly stops and his eyes widen. He falls to his knees and grabs his head in pain. Again, does this keep happening? Naruto says, and yells in pain, holding his head, and deactivates scale mail and falls to the ground, unable to move. Naruto! Akino yells, running to his side while Zenovia gets her sword. Naruto, please say something. Akino says very worriedly, and Naruto loses consciousness. What is happening? Naruto thinks. Mindscape. Naruto finds himself standing in front of Tiamat. What do you want? Nariti says angrily, and Tiamat signs. You act like Madara. Same about vengeance, maybe it's being related to him. But thankfully you being related to Hashirama levels it out, Tiamat says, signing. Wait, who's Hashirama and Madara? Naruto says, and Tiamat looks away. The time isn't now but soon, your abilities are waking up, just one more powerful push and then you will know everything about your family. I will tell you it when the time comes, but please stop and think. You're worrying everyone by your revenge, Tiamat says, the last part showing worry, and everything fades. Naruto wakes up in his bed with the others besides him looking at him with worry. Zenovia and Shido are gone after explaining to about what their mission is. Naruto, you've been out for a day, Akino says worriedly, surprising Naruto. Really, a day? But it seemed like a minute, Naruto says, surprised. Yes, and Freed is the one that has been stealing the holy swords, Ria says, and Nariti growls in anger, hating that twisted exorcist. At the club room. So Yuto hasn't returned yet after leaving with Zenovia and Shido, Naruto said. We've not heard a word from him since. I thought he could finish that stray exorcist alongside those two swordsmen, but because we can't simply wait for him to contact us, we've summoned familiars to search the area, Rias says. Time skip. Rias's familiar found Irina Shida on the ground in the forest, and he cloths are ripped, exposing parts of her body. When they arrive, they see her familiar in human form. Irina! Issei says, running to her. She's injured, Naruto said, looking around. Asia runs to Irina and starts to heal her. Irina woke up. They ran, Irina says weakly. They ran? Issei says. I just didn't make, Irina says in pain. Don't talk, Naruto says. He's incredibly strong, Irina says. Who? Naruto said. Watch out, Iruba says, and loses consciousness. Irina! Issei says loudly. A magic circle appears, drawing their attention, and Sona with some of her evil pieces arrive. Sona, you came, Riyad says happily, and Sona moves to the injured Irina. Why wouldn't I come after you called me? She is badly hurt, Sona said, examining her. Twilight healing can't recover the energy she lost, Asia says. My house had a healing room. Tsubaki! Sona says, looking at her. Right away, Tsubaki says, picking her up. Ria's familiar turns back into human form and disappears. Take care of her, Sona said, standing back up. Yes, ma'am, Tsubaki says, disappearing by a magic circle with Irina. I wonder where Kiba and Zenovia are? Naruto says, and suddenly all the devils here get a bad feeling. What is this feeling? Saji says, grabbing his chest. We've hit company, Naruto says, looking at a tree she freed appears. My. Looks like everyone took the bait, doesn't it? How do you do devil shits? Freed says, sticking his tongue out. I'm human, you poor excuse of an exorcist, Naruto said, pissing Freed off. You again? Issei says angrily. Oh, would you look at that? If it isn't the traitor Asia. Enjoying life as a devil shit? Freed says. Keep talking and I'll shove that holy sword up your ass. Naruto yells and Freed swallows. Naruto and Issei activate their sacred gears, but then Sona jumped in front of them as well as Rias, both getting ready to use their magics. Wish. Time out. Gotta chat with that red-headed dame for a sec, Freed says, and both drop their magic. Chat? Rias says, confused. Yeah. My nods wants to. Freed says, age. The sky beckons darker, and they see a fallen angel in the sky. You. Naruto yells enraged and goes into scale mail. A fallen angel, Kaneko says. He has 10 wings. He's a leader, Rias says. We have never met before, have we, daughter of the Gremories? My name is Kokabiel. Kokabiel stops and his smile widens. Naruto suddenly appears behind him with a fist ready to bring him down. If it isn't Naruto, I haven't seen you since I killed your parents, Kokabiel says, smiling, and a yellow ball forms at the end of his fist, making Kokabiel's eyes widen a little. Naruto fires using everything he got. Nice try, Kokabiel says, flying above Naruto's attack and flies straight at Naruto. Naruto brings his hands up to block, but Kokabiel hit past it and kicked Naruto in the stomach, making him crash into the ground, creating a small crater. Behave yourself, boy, we will fight but not now, Kokabiel says, and sees Akino running to Naruto, helping him up. Kokabiel, Naruto says with hate. Fallen angel leader. My name is Rias Gremory. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Rias says, smiling, and Kokabiel focuses on Rias. What beautiful crimson hair. You look just like your brother, Surzex, the Crimson Satan. Just the thought of him makes me sick, Kokabiel says. So, what exactly might the purpose of this meeting be? It's uncommon fit a leader to come out for a chat, Rias says. I'd like to have done fun in the area around Ko Academy, your headquarters in the city, Kokabiel says, surprising them. Our academy? Rias says, surprised. If I do, Surzex will have to come help. Isn't that right? Kokabiel says, smiling and making Rias angry. That's only going to cause another ear between God, the fallen angels, and the devils, Rias says, and Kokabiel laughs. I expected Michael to cone after the Excaliburs, but all he sent was a weak exorcist and 2 women with holy swords. It's not enough. It's far from enough, Kokabiel says. Then your goal right from the start has been to begin another war? Rias says, crossing her arms. That's right. That's dead right. I couldn't resist my boredom after the last 3-way war. Neither Azazel nor Shemhaza wanted another war, Kokabiel says, surprising Naruto. Azazel? Naruto said. Shemhaza? Issei says, hearing that name before. That's right. Rainer mentioned them, Issei says. Azazel, the highest lord of the fallen angels, Rias says, surprising Naruto. Azazel's, the leader of the fallen angels? Naruto said, not knowing that. Azazel wasn't just against the war, he started collecting these sacred gear things and dining research on them. That boy has one that I want, it will give me the power to overthrow Azazel and Shemhaza, Kokabiel says, smiling, surprising them. You're after holy swords and sacred gears? Issei yells at Kokabiel. Your boosted gear might be of some use to someone, but I couldn't care less. Chaos Karma, on the other hand, has the ability to use others' power. If I were to master it and take the power of the 2 other fractions, I would become stronger than even God himself. Kokabiel yells, laughing insanely and shocking all of them. I'll never hand her over to you, Naruto yells, and his yellow jewels glow. The fallen angels, God, and the devils are teetering on the brink of war. That means one small nudge from me can tip them over the edge, Kokabiel says. You're insane, Naruto yells. I'm going to have you devils start it this time as well as you boy. Sister of Lucifer, Rias Gremory, and sister of Leviathan, Sona Citri. Your place of learning should be chock full of the magical power, able to cause immense chaos. It's the perfect place for war, Kokabiel says, smiling. He's a lunatic, Saji says. Is war all he thinks about? Issei says, and Freed laughs. Don't you love my boss is so fucked up? Freed is cut off from Naruto moving in front of him and delivering a devastating knee to Freed's stomach, making his spit up blood. Naruto then dodges a spear from Kokabiel. That hurt. Anyways, He's why and so enthusiastic about this. He even have me these presents. Fried yells, making Naruto's eyes widen seeing other holy swords. Damn it, he has 3 holy weapons now, Naruto said. Of course, indubitably, I can use all of them. I'm invincible. Oh yeah, this holy sword of mimicry, Excalibur mimic, though I got this one from the pigtailed girl, Fried says, surprising then, and takes off the cloth which turns into a sword. Let's begin a war, sister of Satan Surzex Lucifer, Rias Gremory. Kokabiel yells, firing light spears at them. Everybody are. Before Rias could do anything, all the spears were destroyed. Kokabiel! Naruto roars and yelled, energy explodes from him and changes at him and jumps in the air towards him. Both throw a punch connecting and making be pushed away by the impact. Now this is what I'm talking about. Kokabiel yells, smiling, and roundhouse kicks Naruto away. When Naruto looks back, he gone. Kokabiel! Naruto yells, enraged. He went that way. Taku Academy, Kaneko says on a tree, and seeing where they went. Fried had also disappeared. Naruto deactivates scale mail. Are they seriously going to? Issei says, and Rias cuts him off. No, they mentioned the area around the academy as well. This is going to be on a very large scale, Rias says. That's right, Akino says, agreeing. But, Issei says, and Sona stops him. A fallen angel of his level could easily erase this remote city, Sona says, and Naruto's eyes widen. Not unless I lil him first, Naruto says with rage. Naruto, we're heading to the academy, Rias says, and Naruto follows. He's mine, Naruto says, wanting nothing more to kill him. Time skip. They all see a bright beam of light hit the sky. They must be fusing the holy swords now, Naruto says. At Kyoyu Academy. A shield forms around the academy. We've created a protective barrier around the academy. If all goes well, it should contain the damage, Sona says. Thank you. This will really help, Sona, Rias says, smiling with her arms crossed. However, I can't guarantee it will hold if the situation changes, Sona says with her arms extended and all her evil pieces holding up the barrier. True, Rias says, and the vice president appears behind them. Vice president. How's Irina doing? Issei says. Her life is not in danger thanks to you, Argento, she says, passing them, and helps with the barrier as well. What a relief, Asia says, smiling. Where the hell's Zenovia? Issei says, not seeing her. No sign of Kiba either? Saji says, holding up the barrier. I've already tried calling him. But I just know that he's okay, Issei says. Yeah, he's a strong one, Naruto says. We'll do our best to keep the barrier up, but the school building may not remain intact. A most regrettable loss, Sona says. Don't worry, I'll end it quickly, Naruto said. Rias, we still have time. Call your brother, Sona says, and Rias shakes her head. In that case, shouldn't you call your sister? Rias says. My family does not. I'm sure your brother loves you dearly. Surzex-sama will surely act. So please, Sona says, and Akino appears walking behind them. I've already contacted Surzex-sama, Akino says. Akino? I didn't ask you to do that, Rias says, not wanting her brother to get involved. Rias, although I fully understand that you do not wish to cause trouble for your brother, our enemy is one of the leaders of the fallen angels. This enemy is out of your league. Let's take the Satan's helping hand, Akino says, and Rias signs. I appreciate your approval, President. Surzex-sama's reinforcements should arrive in about an hour, Akino says, and Naruto smiles. We'll be done before he gets here, and that's a promise, Naruto said with anger in his eyes, and they open the barrier for him to pass. 5 minutes later. They're in an open area and see Kokabiel sitting on a floating throne chair. I heard that this man's been dying to fuse 4 Excaliburs into one, Kokabiel says above them. Kokabiel! Rias says angrily, and Naruto glares at him. Is Searches coming? Or will it be Seraphal? Kokabiel says, smiling. In place of my brother and Leviathan-sama, we have come, Rias says, and Kokabiel snaps his fingers, creating a spear, and Issei and the others get in front of Rias except Naruto, who activates scale mail. Kokabiel throws the spear at a building, completely destroying. Everyone is pushed back and falls on the ground except Naruto. The spear is still sticking in the ground undamaged. The gym, Issei says, shocked seeing it be destroyed easily. How dull. Oh well. We'll have done, laughs, Kokabiel says, and the spear disappears. He's far stinger than I thought, Naruto thinks. He did fight alongside God and the Satans against 10 Tails and survived, after all, Tiamat says. Who's 10 Tails? Naruto said, and Tiamat stays quiet. I'll tell you later, Tiamat says, finally answering. Since you've come all the way out here, why didn't you play with my pets? Kokabiel yells, firing a blast into the ground, and summons forth a monster from hell. Cerberus? Rias says, seeing a giant 3-headed guard. Roku! Naruto yells, and Roku appears. I've decided that Roku will be the same size as Cerberus, the dog that guards the gates of hell versus the 9-headed monster. Interesting, Kokabiel says, smiling. The gates of hell, Hydra says, shocked. He summoned it to the human world? Ria says, and Roku and Cerberus charge at each other, ranking into each other, shaking the ground. Cerberus breaths fire at Roku while he breaths fire back, countering it. Aim for the eyes. Naruto yells, and Roku spits acid in one of the Cerberus's heads, making it roar in pain. Roku then bites Cerberus, injecting its deadly poison. Another Cerberus is charging at Roku, but Naruto stops it by punching one of the heads in the face. Don't get in my way. Twin dragon shot. Naruto yells during 2 yellow beams ripping right through Cerberus, and the Cerberus Roku is facing falls to the ground defeated. Asia screams, and Naruto turns to see a third Cerberus heading towards Asia. Issei licks Asia up and urges the fire. Roku! Naruto yells, and Bath change while Cerberus is charging as well, but something happens. One of its heads are chopped off. Naruto smiles, seeing Zenovia jumping over him. She turns to Naruto, smiling. I'm here to help, Zenovia says, smiling, and lands on the ground. Zenovia! Issei says, and she slashes again, cutting Cerberus in half, and all 3 Cerberuses return to hell. Naruto looks surprised seeing Issei transfer his power to Rias and Akino. Impressive ability, Issei Hayadu, Zenovia says, and Roku disappears back to the familiar forest. That was quite a show, Kokabiel says, smiling, and Rias creates an attack using her boosted powers. Take this. Rias yells, firing a huge blast at Kokabiel. Kokabiel has his eyes closed and opens them. He whacks the attack away like it was nothing. It crashes into the ground and it destroys the baseball field. I see. The Emperor of Red Dragon's power can make you this much stronger. Intriguing, so very intriguing. Kokabiel says, smiling, and the priest yells, complete, drawing their attention. Damn it, he finished it. Naruto thinks, seeing the exiled priest laugh. Now, at long last. The priest yells, smiling like a maniac. Upon the fusion of the holy swords, I will take the energy that will be released. That was our deal, Kokabiel says. You put that power into an Earthbreaker spell? Rias says, shocked. Does that mean that this city will be destroyed? Naruto says, shocked. Get out before it's too late. The city will be razed to the ground within 20 minutes, the priest said. If you want to stop it, you'll have to defeat me. What now? Kokabiel says, and his wings expand. Rias Gremry? Kokabiel yells, flying, and his throne disappears. Naruto flies at Kokabiel with his dragon wings on his avail mail. Rias fires her magic, but Kokabiel stops it and turns it into a ball. Akino appears above him and stops the lightning, then fuses it and looks at Naruto and fires it, making his eyes widen. Not enough time to fudge, he blocks the attack, making the armor on his left arm break apart. Naruto! Akino says, worried. It. Weak, Kokabiel says, and moves fast towards Naruto, punching him in the face. Kokabiel creates a light spear in his hand and fires it at Kiba, who is trying to attack the priest. Kiba! Naruto yells, and his eyes widen from Kokabiel creating a light spear behind him and rams it in Naruto's back, making an explosion. Naruto! Akino yells, flying up and catching Naruto. The back if the armor falls to pieces. Damn it, I got distracted, Naruto says, and gets up weakly. The priest walks towards Kiba. The power of each of you subjects had was not enough to wield a holy sword on its own, which brought me to a solution. I simply had to take the power out of them. The priest says, shocking Kiba, Naruto, and the others except Kokabiel and Freed. Then, I found a way to crystallize it. This is a crystal made from the subject's power. The priest says, holding a crystal with blue energy inside. The last one, that is. The priest says, and Freed laughs. Everyone else died cause their bodies couldn't handle the power. Makes us think, I gotta be made of super awesome sauce. Freed yells like a total jackass. That's at the time we were blessed with the power to wield the holy swords. She put one of this into her body. It was to give us the power we lacked? Zenovia said. You stole power from living people. You make me sick. Naruto yells, pissed off at the priest. Those hypocrites, they shunned me as a heretic, yet they kept using the results of my research. If it were Michael, he probably took power from people without killing them. The priest says, enjoying this. There wasn't any need to kill us then. So why? Kiba says angrily. You were simply materials for those experiments. What was I supposed to do with you if I didn't dispose of you? The priest said. We believed that we were serving the Lord and bite excruciating pain. Yet you materials? Dispose? Kiba says with a look of shock and broken soul. Unbelievable. Asia says, healing Rias and Akino with tears in her eyes. So cruel, Naruto says, and under the helmet he has tears. The priest throws the crystal at Kiba's feet. Take it if you want. We have the technology to mass-produce even more defined crystals, the priest says, and Kiba picks it up sadly. Kiba starts to have flashback when all his friends were dying and telling him to run while they were being killed by the people. My friends, Kiba says on his knees holding the crystal to his chest. You bastard. You're going to hell for this. Issei yells with tears in his eyes. Balba Galilei, Kiba says to the priest drawing his attention, and Kiba stands up. How many lives did you put to waste for your experiments and your greed? Kiba says, and unknown to him the crystal is glowing and everyone sees it. All his friends who died. I never seen anything like it before. It seems the souls that in that crystal were released by Yuto's heart, Naruto said surprised. I've always wondered if I deserved to be the only survivor. Many of them had bigger dreams than I ever did. Many of them wanted to survive more than I did. Did I deserve to live in peace? Kiba says with his eyes closed, and his eyes open shocked and turn seeing all his dead friends. The smallest of the group tugs at Yuto's shirt drawing his attention. She smiles shocking Yuto. All of them turn into energy and swirl around Yuto. Don't worry, one of them says. If we all come together, another says. Open your heart to all of us, another says, and now they're surrounding Yuto. I'm a bit scared, even if God doesn't exist. Even if God isn't watching, another said. Our hearts will always be, Shutter said, and are being absorbed into Yuto. Tears start to come from Yuto's eyes. One, Yuto says, and surging, then making his body glow. Naruto smiles, whiling the tears out of his eyes. It's so warm, Kaneko says. Why, I can't hold back my tears. Issei says, crying. That night has reached his peak. When a sacred gear owner's hopes and dreams change to such a degree that they move against the flow of the rest of the world, the sacred gear will exceed its limits, creating a balance breaker, the Red Dragon Emperor says. Oh? Kokabiel says, finding Yuto awakening balance breaker interesting. My comrades didn't want me to exact vengeance for them. They never did. However, I must slay this evil that stands before me. I must prevent any from following in our path. Yuto says with a sword appearing in front of him. Freed! Balba yells and Freed jumps in front of him. You fool. You should have died when you had the chance, Balba says. Yuto! Kick their asses for me. Naruto yells. Naruto, Yuto says. Do it. Yuto. You are Rias Gremari's family. An Excalibur should be nothing for my knight, Rias says. Do it, Akino says. Go for it, Kaneko says. Wreck Freed's Excalibur. Issei says. Kiba. Asia says happily. Everyone, Yuto says. What's with the hallmark moment? You're making me crawl in my skin here. I want to slice and dice y'all and get me some satisfaction. Freed yells. I will become a sword. My comrades, now one with my soul, let us fulfill our regrets and our dreams of those days, Kiba says, sticking his sword in the air. Light and dark energy swirl around it. I will become the sword of the president and my allies. Sword birth. Behold, the sword of betrayal, a blade that is both holy and demonic. Yuto yells, creating a new sword, and red globe letters form on it. A holy and demonic sword? Rias says, shocked. They are so screwed. Naruto yells, smiling. After Yuto and Zenovia kick the priest and exorcist's asses. They just got their asses kicked badly, Naruto says, smiling, and Freed becomes angry but then passes out. In theory, the holy and the demonic can never, Balba says, and stumbles backwards afraid when Yuti points the sword at him. Balba Galilei, prepare to die, Yuto says with determination in his eyes. I see. I understand. Everything makes sense if the balance between the holy and the demonic is skewed. Therefore, both the Satans and God, Balba is cut off by a light spear being thrown through his back and his body disappears. Naruto remembers why he even came and looks up angrily at Kokabiel, who just killed Balba. Balba, you are very capable, Kokabiel says, flying down. The fact that you reached that conclusion proves it, Kokabiel says, making Naruto's eyes narrow. Kokabiel, what's going on? Rias says. I don't need these men to complete my plan. Now I'm done with watching. You boy, Kokabiel says, looking straight at Issei. What? Issei says angrily. Maximize the Emperor of Red Drago, Kokabiel is cut off by Naruto. No! I will fight! Naruto yells and Akino looks at him worriedly. Naruto, are you crazy? Your male scale is damaged. You can't beat him. Rias says, and Naruto doesn't care. I don't care, I'll kill him. Naruto yells, releasing massive amounts of magic. Naruto begins walking towards Kokabiel, whose smile widens. Now, show me how much stronger you've become. Kokabiel says, and the scale male glows a huge amount if yellow magic begins pouring out of him like Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach. Naruto! Akino yells. Wow! Asia says, shocked at the amount of power he's displaying. I can feel his magical pulse all the way out here, Yuto says, standing next to Zenovia. Ah ha 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 ha. That's some strong magical power. Now that's the power of Tiamat. I can see you're as gifted as the other users of Chaos Karma. Kokabiel yells, smiling. Naruto creates a giant yellow ball that starts to get bigger. Dragon Shot Maximum. Naruto yells and fires it straight at Kokabiel, who's smiling happily. Kokabiel sticks out his hands and blocks the beam, but it's still going. Excellent, human boy, show me the limit of your power. Kokabiel yells and Naruto yells and creates 2 more giant yellow balls and fires all 3 at Kokabiel, who's still blocking it and laughing like a maniac with a crazy smile. Naruto falls to one knee and stops the attack. Kokabiel disperses the attack easily. I'm not done. Naruto yells and flies straight at Kokabiel and throws a punch. But Kokabiel grabs the arm with no armor on it and breaks his arm, making Naruto scream, and kicks him in the stomach, sending him crashing into the ground. Naruto! Akino yells and flies towards Kokabiel. Akino! Ria says worriedly. Lightning! Akino yells, sticking her finger in the air, which lightning strikes it, and she points her finger at Kokabiel, firing the lightning at him. Kokabiel blocks it with his wings. You dare try to stop me? Weirder of Barakiel's power? Kokabiel says, angering Akino. Do not associate me with that name! Akino yells angrily, releasing more. Kokabiel then released his power and blasts Akino into the ground hard. Akino! Kokabiel, I will not let you hurt her! Naruto yells and flies straight at Kokabiel, who gets a very dark idea. Kokabiel starts to laugh, which makes Naruto stop in front of him. Ehihei, if I am right, your dream is to kill all fallen angels, am I right? Kokabiel says, making Naruto's eyes narrow. Yes, I want to kill all of you and end your lives. I don't want any fallen alive. Even if they are good, I'll kill them. I hate them all. Naruto yells with rage, and Kokabiel's smile widens. Oh, so you don't know, do you? Kokabiel says, and Naruto doesn't like where this is going and gets ready to attack. Daughter of Barakiel, does he know what you are? Kokabiel says, and Akino's eyes widen in horror, and his smile widens. So you never told him, perfect. Kokabiel says, and Naruto looks at Akino, seeing the look in her eyes, and turns back to Kokabiel. Told me what? Naruto said, and Kokabiel starts to laugh like crazy. Tell me what? What aren't I being told? Naruto yells, and Akino charges lightning, ready to release it at Kokabiel to stop him, and fires full power. That your precious Akino is the daughter of a fallen angel, therefore she's part fallen angel. Kokabiel yells and blocks the lightning. Naruto doesn't move or say anything, but his eyes widen all the way and tears form on his eyes. Naruto turns to Akino, who's looking away. Is he telling the truth? Akino, please tell me he's lying, Naruto says, and Akino has tears flowing down her eyes. Everyone is watching, not saying a word. Naruto glued down towards Akino, and his mask recedes, showing his face, and he smiles, but still looking like he's been hurt deeply. Naruto themes sadness and sorrow. Akino, please tell me he's lying, come on. No more jokes, Akino, Naruto says, and Akino moves her robe and exposes one of her fallen angel wings, and Naruto didn't say anything, with tears flowing down his eyes, and falls to his knees, grabbing his head. This can't be true. Akino can't be a fallen angel. She was human, then turned into a devil. No, all this time I wanted to kill Akino, Naruto says, with tears going down his eyes and shocked to the core. Is everything I know about you a lie? Naruto yells and punches the ground, making it crack. Akino's wing recedes and she pulls her robe back up. Akino is shedding her own tears. They then hear laughing coming from Kokabiel. Ah ha ha ha. This is so interesting. Someone who swore to kill all fallen angels and then finds out the one he loves is part fallen angel. It's hilarious. Ah ha 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 ha. Kokabiel yells, and they all looked at Kokabiel with anger. Naruto's scale mail turns off. I'm sorry, it's just, Akino says, and Naruto stands up and grabs her shoulders, making her look at him, and seeing his anger and saddens. It's just what? Why didn't you tell? Naruto says, crying. If I told you, you would have hated me, Akino says, and Naruto's eyes widen. I could never hate you, Naruto says, looking down, surprising her and the others. Naruto is stopped and spits out blood. Everyone's eyes widen in horror, seeing a light spear impaired through Naruto's chest. The spear disappears and Naruto falls to his knees. Theme end. Naruto! Akino yells and Naruto falls to the ground with blood gushing out. Akino flips Naruto over and is holding him up. Asia runs to Naruto's side and begins healing the spot he was stabbed at. Naruto is watching what's happening weakly. Naruto! The others yell and turn to see Kokabiel standing on the ground, and he throws off his robe, showing more movable cloths. Akino stands up and walks to Ria's side with a look of anger on her face for what Kokabiel did to Naruto. Ehihei, he left his guard open. After I kill you all, I'll be taking back what's mine, Kokabiel says, smiling, and his wings recede and disappear. 2 light spears forms in his hands. Rias Gremory, the Red Dragon Emperor, a remnant of the Holy Sword experiments, and Barkiel's daughter, Kokabiel yells and Issei looks away shocked already that Akino is the daughter of a fallen angel. Rias Gremory, I see that you like to collect junk, just like your brother, Kokabiel says and angering Rias. I won't allow anyone to ridicule my brother, our Satan. And above all, such words toward my servants must be punished by death. Rias yells making Kokabiel's smile widen. Then kill me, sister of a Satan, master of the Welsh dragon, crimson-haired princess of ruin. You're facing your sworn enemy. Only a coward would let this chance slip by. Kokabiel yells. Hey, you damn fallen angel! Issei yells having Rias' attention. Issei? Rias says surprised. You keep on insulting my president and Akino, and I'll beat the hell out of you. Issei yells surprising Akino because she thought he wouldn't want to protect her. Are you out of your mind? Kokabiel says to Issei. I guess I am. Stay right there. Boosted gear. Issei yells and his gear says boosted. But before anyone could say anything. Issei, no. He's mine, Naruto says getting up weakly, and the hole is gone but he's very weak now. Naruto starts to walk and stumble towards Issei and puts a hand on his sacred gear. I must avenge my family, Naruto says walking towards Kokabiel but falls to his knees weakly and Akino runs to his side. Yuto and Zenovia are ready to fight. Sword birth. Yuto yells and swords appear around Kokabiel and attack him, but they're blocked by Kokabiel's wings. Is that the best you can do? Kokabiel says and his wings expand and destroys the swords with his wings. Yuto charges at Kokabiel and swings his sword with his right hand but Kokabiel catches it with his left hand with just 2 fingers. Yuto creates another sword in his left hand and swings but Kokabiel caught it in his hand still smiling. Fool! Kokabiel says. I'm bit done yet. Yuto yells creating a sword while holding it with his mouth. She cuts Kokabiel's left cheek making him stumble back. Kokabiel touched his left cheek and there's blood coming from it and gets angry. You, Kokabiel says and fires a blast of his magic at Yuto who's on the ground from the maneuver he did. Zenovia rubs in front of Yuto and blocks the blast with difficulty. I'm surprised that you're still fighting after losing your master, Kokabiel says confusing Zenovia. What? Zenovia says confused. What are you talking about? Rias says. Kokabiel, why did you say I've lost my master? Zenovia yells at Kokabiel. Oh, I wasn't supposed to tell, Kokabiel says with his eyes closed and looking away while smiling. Answer me, Kokabiel. Zenovia yells and Kokabiel starts to laugh like a maniac. Of course, I almost forgot. I'm stirring up a war, so there's no need to hide anything. Ahaha. In the Great War, 10 tails killed the 4 great Satans and God. Kokabiel yells shocking all of them like nothing before. It can't be, Zenovia says shocked. God is dead? You're crazy. Such a thing has never happened before. Rias says not believing this. After they died that 10 tails disappeared, never to be seen again. The war brought an end to all Satan and man high-class devils, as well as mist lower angels and fallen angels. Pure angels could no longer reproduce, and there are very few pure-blooded devils, Kokabiel says smiling. There's no war. Asia says shocked. All 3 factions needed to rely on humans to survive. The leaders of the 3 major factions, angels, fallen angels, and devils, concealed God's death to make the humans, who believe in God, survive. Kokabiel says. Zenovia falls to her knees hyperventilating. Liar! Liar! Zenovia says shocked and Yuto moves to her and tries to calm her down. That doesn't matter to me, though. What I truly cannot bear is that after the deaths of God and the Satans, we decided that war was no longer meaningful. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. They told us to lower our raised fists. We would have won if we'd kept on fighting. That Ashomi Azizek even proclaimed there'd never be another war. Unbelievable. Kokabiel yells and Asia stands up. If the Lord is gone, then where is his love coming from? Asia says and Kokabiel smirks. Michael's doing a good job. He's taken God's role in leading both angels and the humans, Kokabiel says smiling, and the whole time Naruto has his hair covering his eyes. Archangel Michael is substituting for God? Then we were, Zenovia says shocked. As long as the system is working, prayers, blessings, and exorcisms should work, at least to some extent, Kokabiel says and Asia passes out. Asia, Issei says worriedly. She can't help it. I'm surprised that I haven't lost my mind myself, Zenovia says, no longer hyperventilating. There has, however, been a decrease in the number of people who believe in God. With the absence of an entity to maintain the balance between the holy and the demonic, anomalies such as that holy demonic sword are bound to happen. The 2 elements should never come together, but I don't care as long as it grants me power, Kokabiel says, and Kaneko lays Asia against a tree. I'll end this war how it was supposed to end. She take your heads as souvenirs. Kokabiel says smiling. Don't even think about it, I won't let you. Naruto says getting up weakly looking like he's about to pass out, and Kokabiel's smile widens. Do you actually think you can defeat me? A mere human can't defeat me, it's impossible, Kokabiel, and starts to laugh. I won't allow you to kill my friends, not after my parents died. Naruto yells and his gauntlet starts glowing bright. Balance breaker. Chaos Karma Scale Male. Naruto yells and armor forms on him again. Do you actually think you can defeat me? Even if you're using scale mail, you can't defeat me, Kokabiel says. You're right, I need more power. I must use the power of my friend. My friends. Lend me your strength. Naruto yells and Rias, Akino, Kiba, Zenovia, Issei all move towards Naruto and touch his sacred gear. Chaos. The sacred gear says, loudly absorbing their magic, and Naruto falls to his knees feeling the incredible amount of power. Everyone stand back. Naruto yells, having trouble control it. Ah. Do you think you can defeat me with that power? It isn't enough. Kokabiel yells, smiling. I don't care, I will stop you. I will never lose to you. If there is no God for people to depend on, then I will be the person they depend on. I will become God. Naruto yells, and unknown to everyone, the power inside Naruto is starting to finally break free. You think you can become a god? You're a human. That can never happen. Kokabiel yells and creates a spear. I will become God. I will protect my friends. I will do anything to protect them because they are my family. Naruto yells, and humongous amount of magic is released from Naruto, making the ground itself shake. What? What's happening? Kokabiel yells and sees a shining light. Outside. Such magic, who on earth could be releasing it? Sona says, and the top if the barrier explodes because a white beam of magic's easing towards the sky, hitting it, surprising everyone. Back to Naruto. I will never lose. I will win. No matter what. I will win and protect all my friends. Naruto yells and finally releases his dormant power, making the beam grow, and the colors start changing. It's finally happened, Drake says, drawing their attention. The boy has awakened his power. This has never happened, and the balance inside the boy has been broken, Drake says, surprising them. What are you talking about? Issei says, not understanding. The boy has truly turned from the hate and revenge. All he wants is to protect his friends, which has awakened his dormant power. This boy has achieved his very own balance break, but it's not the same. His hopes and dreams changed so far that it affects everything around him. He has exceeded his limits 10 times over. This is called ultimate balance breaker, Drake says, and the beam starts to get smaller until it disappears. Everyone is shocked seeing what has changed about Naruto's appearance. It's finally happened. He's awoken his ancestors' powers. He is truly the great-great-great-grandson of Kurama, Tiamat says, shocking Rias and Kokabiel. Naruto has 12 wings. The top 4 wings are angel wings glowing bright gold. The middle 4 wings are fallen angel wings that are jet black, and the bottom 4 wings are blood red devil wings. There are 9 long blood red fox tails as long as his body. On Naruto's father's side of the family, his great-great-grandfather was Hashirama Senju, an angel, and his great-great-grandmother was Mito Uzumaki, the fallen angel. His great-grandfather was a fallen angel, and his great-grandmother was human. Minato's father was born human without the traits of an angel or fallen angel. On Naruto's mother's side of the family, her great-great-grandfather was Madara Uchiha the devil, and her great-great-grandmother was Kitsune. Her great-grandfather was a Kitsune, and her great-grandmother was human. Both Naruto's parents were born human and not born with any of their ancestor traits. Naruto's great-great-grandmother's father was Kurama. Kurama's wife is Yasaka. They had 2 daughters. The only ones that are alive right now are Yasaka and her daughter Kunu. Kurama died fighting the Ophis the dragon god, one-on-one. The battle was like apocalypse, Tiamat says, shocking them, and Naruto deactivates scale mail. They all see Naruto's eyes that look exactly like Kurama's, and he has longer teeth. His whisker marks look darker now. So that's it, that's what I finally understand, Naruto, and looks at Kokabiel. Are you ready, Kokabiel, to meet your death? I don't even need to use scale mail to defeat you, Naruto said, angering Kokabiel, but the whole time Naruto has a calm look on his face. I almost forgot, Naruto said, and raises his hand to his head and makes a circle, creating a golden halo like Michael's. Now make your move, Naruto says, making a being it on sign. You fool! I'll kill you with this move. Kokabiel yells, making a light spear in his left hand, but something happens and the light spear disappears. Kokabiel's eyes widen and Naruto appears behind him by a yellow flash. Are you looking for this? Naruto said, and in his right hand is Kokabiel's left arm. Kokabiel yells in pain and grabs his shoulder. Damn it, I couldn't even keep with his speed. Kokabiel thinks and becomes even more angry. Naruto throws the arm to the side. Man. You are so weak, Kokabiel, Naruto said, and Kokabiel's eyes begin twitching. Kokabiel makes another light spear in his hand and throws it at Naruto full speed, but Naruto catches it easily and crushes it, making his eyes widen. Naruto snaps his fingers and creates a ball of fire on his finger. She points it at Kokabiel. Dodge this if you can, Naruto said, and the ball of fire floats away from Naruto's hand and explodes, making the fire grow, and it starts to form the head of a fox. Sick Naruto said, and the fox head roars and moves at fast. That won't work on me. Kokabiel yells, creating a spear and throws it at the head, going through it, and it's still heading at him. Kokabiel starts flying in the air with the fire chasing after him and catching up. Kokabiel thinks of an idea and flies towards Naruto. She at the last second moves out of the way, making the fire head towards him. Seriously? Naruto said, and snaps his fingers, making the fire disperse. Naruto smiles and flies towards Kokabiel at speeds like none could match and punched him straight in the stomach, making him spit up blood. Kokabiel throws and punch, which Naruto catches and grabs Kokabiel's arm and starts spinning him and throws him straight at the ground. Before Kokabiel could hit the ground, Naruto crashes into his back and he hits the ground, making a crater, and he yells in more pain. Naruto walks off of Kokabiel and Kokabiel stands up angered. You're so weak. Azazel is so much stronger, Naruto said, earning a glare from Kokabiel. How you can't truly possess the power of the three faction and a kitsune. You're an abomination. Kokabiel yells at Naruto, who seems unfazed by it. Are you done crying? Naruto said, and creates a spear looking like Poseidon's staff. Kokabiel creates two spears in his hands and charges at Naruto, and their spears clash. Die. Kokabiel yells and swings his spears at Naruto's spear, thinking he can't break it, but Kokabiel's light spears shatter, shocking Kokabiel. Wow, that's disappointing, Naruto said, and slashes across Kokabiel's chest with his spear, and Kokabiel jumps back. To the bystanders. I can't believe it, he's toying with Kokabiel, Ria says, shocked at Naruto's power. Wow, such power, Akino says with a light blush and lust in her eyes. We were only able to cut him, but he can hurt Kokabiel without even going full power, Zenovia says, shocked. Back to Naruto. Naruto throws his spear in the air and it starts to multiple, shocking Kokabiel, and they all stop in midair. They all see Naruto's hand extended in the air. This will hurt, Naruto says, and twists his hand, making all the spears twist, aiming at Kokabiel, and Naruto moves his hand down hard and all of them move down fast. Kokabiel tries to move fast, but some of the spears hit him. One hits his left leg, 3 others hit his back, and he spits out blood. The spears disappear. How are you this strong? Kokabiel yells enraged and sticks his right hand in the air and creates a light spear, and it starts to grow. Naruto just stares at him unimpressed. You've made the biggest mistake of all time, Naruto said, and crests a light spear in his hand and starts to focus his magic in the spear. I'll kill you like I killed your parents. Kokabiel yells and flies in the air, using all his wings on his right side, also holding the giant spear, and throws it straight at Naruto. That biggest mistake was messing with my family. Naruto yells, showing anger, and throws it, which it rips right through Kokabiel's spear, making an explosion. Kokabiel moves fast enough and dodges the spear that was about to hit his head, but barely, only getting a cut eye his cheek. Naruto flies straight for Kokabiel, showing his anger, and punches him straight in the face. I'll never let you hurt my friends again. Never again. Naruto yells, and barrier starts to crack under the pressure of Naruto's magic. Damn it. I need distance. Kokabiel thinks, trying to get Issei, but Naruto was too fast to fly right behind him and grabs his right arm, forcing him to turn. This is for my mom. Naruto yells, kneeing Kokabiel in the stomach, making him spit up more blood. This is my dad. Naruto yells, giving Kokabiel an uppercut. This is for my friends. Naruto yells and sends a barrage of fists at Kokabiel, hurting him more. This is for Akino. Naruto yells and kicks him straight in the face. And this is for every innocent person you've killed. Naruto yells and slams Kokabiel with all his might into the ground, making a big crater. Please, I'll give you anything, just let me live. Kokabiel says, not wanting to die, and backs away. You saw this coming when you killed my parents, Naruto said, walking towards him. Behold, Naruto said, focusing his devil, angel and fallen angel powers, and crests a ball that's making a crater around him. This is called Rasengan, but not like the weaker version. This is a stronger version, Naruto said, and appears in front of Kokabiel by a yellow flash. The attack's power grows gigantic, making the ground shake, and it suddenly stops. Fallen devil god Rasengan. Naruto yells, rams it in Kokabiel's stomach, and the ground around them cracks. Kokabiel is yelling in pain. The attack consumes a screaming Kokabiel, and everyone is blinded by the attack, and the entire barrier shatters. When they see again, there's not a trace of Kokabiel anywhere. Naruto was facing the school when he released the attack. Such power, he completely obliterated Kokabiel, Issei says, and they all see Naruto fall to his knees. I finally did it, I did it. I finally avenged my family and stopped that evil man, Naruto says with tears coming out of his eyes. Unknown to them, Vala is watching with a smile. You finally did it, Naruto, Vala thinks, smiling, watching everything from the sky. Rah! Naruto yells, releasing all his anger and grief towards Kokabiel. Naruto falls to the ground, unable to move. Naruto's tails start to erect until he has 3 and his wings start to recede until he has 6. 2 for each pair. His halo on top of his head becomes a half circle and his eyes go back to normal and his whisker marks just become lines now like they normally are. Naruto, it seems that all the power you used was only temporary. You aren't a pure blood devil, angel, fallen angel or kitsune, so you don't have the full power, and since you're part kitsune, you weren't born with all 9 tails, but all the power that was built up and released allowed you to temporarily be at your strongest. You must train to get that power back, Tiamat says, and Naruto smiles. Yeah, Naruto says, chuckling and heard running. Naruto is suddenly flipped over by Akino, and she hugs him with tears in her own eyes. Naruto, you did it, Akino says happily, and Naruto smiles. I can feel it, all the anger towards the fallen angels disappearing. I can finally give up on that dream, Naruto says, finally breaking free from his hatred. You are truly the strongest one here, someone said, drawing their attention. Who is he? Naruto says, seeing a bright blue light, and the light transforms into an armored figure with wings flying in front of the moon. I can't stop shivering. Who the hell is he? Issei says with his sacred gear activated. Naruto also has his sacred gear activated. The Vanishing Dragon, Tiamat says, shocking them. The Vanishing Dragon? Then is he, Issei says, and Naruto cuts him off. Did the boosted draw you here, White Dragon? Naruto says, and Vala flies down to Freed fast, seeing him getting up. Vala kicks Freed in the back hard. What just happened? Issei says, not following the movements, but Naruto was still faster. Even I can't tell, Yuto said, shocked. You pathetic exorcist, Vala says, disappointed. What are you after? Freed yells angrily and picks his sword up. I think it's useless talking to you since your swirl is broken, Vala says, and Freed raises his sword and it starts to grow in power. Divide. The sacred gear / White Dragon says while Vala sticks his hand out, and Freed looses his stringer fast, making it hard to hold the sword up. What? Freed says, shocked, and drops the sword. I am Albion. My sacred gear is divine dividing. Every 10 seconds, it halves the power of whoever I touch and gives it to me, Vala says, shocking them. Halves the power? Issei says, shocked. You'll be weaker than an infant soon, Vala says, scaring Freed. The Red Dragon Emperor doubles its host's power and gives it to someone, while the Emor of the White Dragon halves its enemy's power and gives it to its host. The legends are true, Rias says. How boring. I thought you'd out up a better fight. I should have disobeyed Azazel and interfered during Naruto's and Kokabiel fight, but it's too late now, Vala says, and rams into Freed using his fist first. You stepped too far out of your league. Azazel asked me to bring you back at all costs, Vala says, and starts to head for the ground fast. Azazel! Freed yells angrily and hits the ground hard because if Vala and is knocked out, the magic that was about to destroy the city is lifted. Vala puts Freed in his shoulder. If you guys don't kind, I'll be taking this stray exorcist. Azazel has questions he wants to ask him. I'll finish this after I get answers, Vala says, flying out of the creator, and looks at Naruto. Good job, Naruto, for defeating Kokabiel. You've gotten stronger since I last met you, Vala says, and Naruto looks at him weirdly. Who are you? Naruto said, not knowing what the person looks like under the helmet. Ignoring me, White One? Drake says all of a sudden, and Vala turns to Issei. The gauntlet spoke? Rias says, surprised. I knew you could talk. You prevented Dragon. Tiamat yells, and both Albion and Drake's sweat drop mentally. So you two were alive, Red One and Blue One, Albion says. This wasn't exactly the best time to meet, Drake says. It's alright. We're destined to face each other someday. Coincidences do happen, Albion says. The Red Dragon Emperor and the White Dragon Emperor meet, Rias says. I'll see you two later, Drake, Tiamat, Albion says. Yeah, leave already, Tiamat says, annoyed. See you, Albion, Drake says, and Vala turns around. Hey! What's going on? Who the hell are you? Issei yells, and Naruto stands up weakly. That voice, it's been a while, old friend, Naruto says, smiling, and Vala chuckles. About time you realized, old friend, Vala says, and turns back to Issei. You need power to understand the wild truth. Become stronger, my serum enemy, destined to face me someday, Vala says, and fly in the air fast. All they see is the light leaving. Rias, Sona says, walking toward them with her group. Sona! Rias says, surprised seeing them now. I never thought the White Dragon Emperor would come, Sona says. Yeah, but he saved the city by destroying the magic circle, Rias says, and Naruto's eyes widen for forgetting to destroy the magic circle. Damn it! I forgot to destiny the magic circle, Naruto yells. Now, Tsubaki. Let's repair the school. We need to finish by morning, Sona said. We'll help out, Rias says. Now if you guys excuse me, I'm gonna pass out now, Naruto says. She loses consciousness and falls to the ground. The others run to him. When they get there, they smile seeing him snoring peacefully. Ehihei, it's been such a long time since I seen him sleeping peacefully, Akino says smiling. Time skip at Naruto's apartment at dawn. Naruto wakes up and his eyes widen seeing Azazel sitting at the end of his bed. When Azazuki sees that Naruto is awake, he stands up and heads for the door. I'm sorry, Naruto says, and Azazel stood and smiles. It was my fault to begin with, but anyways, Azazel looks at Naruto smiling. It's good to have you back, Naruto, Azazel says. Ag opens the door to leave. Thanks, Godfather, Naruto says smiling to himself, and Azazel's smile widens. You're welcome, Naruto, Azazel says leaving and shuts the door behind him. He's doing okay, Valley, Azazel says looking at Vala, who's been outside Naruto's apartment the whole time he was sleeping from the fight. Vala starts to walk away with his hands in his pockets. I'll talk to you later, Azazel, Vala says walking away. Next day at Naruto's apartment. Are you serious? Naruto yells at Azazel, who eating ramen. Yes, I have the papers, so that makes you my adopted son as well as Valley, Azazel thinks, and Naruto's eye twitches. Who gave you the right to do that? Naruto yells, and Azazel holds up the paper smiling. Your mother and father signed it just in case if they died and have no one to watch you, Azazel says, and Naruto grabs the paper then sweats. Damn it! Why do I have to be stuck with you? No wonder why Vala doesn't like being near you. You'll do something like this, Naruto says, swear dropping, making Azazel fake being hurt. That was hurtful, but anyways, there's a problem with you killing Kokabiel, Azazel says. What? Naruto said, and Azazel laughs. It seems when you revealed your heritage, I got a bunch of marriage requests from noble devil families, including the marriage request of a certain Satan, Seraphal Leviathan, Azazel says, and Naruto passes out, making Azazel laugh. Naruto wakes up instantly and looks at Azazel angrily. I hate you, Naruto says. Time skip. Naruto is currently walking with Akino with a grumpy face for what his so-called father said. So why do I have to come to the pool? Naruto said. Akino just smiles. You'll love it, Akino says. At the pool. It hasn't been cleaned since last year, Akino said, looking at the dirty water. And we're supposed to clean this? Issei says. Why she's the Akiki Ryusur Club have to clean the pool? Zenovia says questionably. It would usually be the job of the student council, but since they helped us fight Kokabiel, I volunteered to do it. In exchange, once the pool is clean, we get to take a dip before anyone else. Ria says, and Issei blushes. Take a dip? Issei says, and Naruto punches Issei in the face with his sacred gear covering his hand. Don't even think about it, Naruto says, and his hand turns back to normal. In the name of the Occult Research Club, let's make this pool cleaner than it has ever been before. Ria says, and the others agree except Naruto, who tried sneaking away, but Kaneko grabs him by the back of shirt. Damn it, Naruto says. Changing room. Yuto, Naruto, and Issei are changing, and Naruto takes off his shirt showing his six-pack and puts on his orange swim trunks. Issei, Yuto says, drawing Naruto's attention. I promise if someone were to come after you, Yuto is cut off by Naruto. Yuto, you shouldn't say something like that now if all times. It's just gonna make things awkward, Naruto said, and Yuto's eyes widen getting what Naruto said. Issei then runs outside, not wanting to be in there, and not wanting to hear Yuto finish. I'll be right back, Naruto says, leaving the room, and sees Zenovia. Naruto, I want to make a request, Zenovia says all of a sudden. Yeah, what? Naruto is suddenly pushed against the wall with Zenovia saving him. Will you make babies with me? Zenovia says, and Naruto turns white frozen. Are you high? Naruto says shocked, and Tiamat is laughing like Craxi died to what Zenovia said. After seeing you fight Kokabiel, I realize that you are the strongest person I've ever met. You even have a dragon's aura. Such strong and special. Before Zenovia could finish, Naruto cuts her off. Wait. I'm not the strongest, Issei is. He lent me half his power fighting Kokabiel, and that's how I won. Naruto yells, making up a lie. Really, I didn't know, I was wrong, Zenovia says, and Naruto sighs. Sorry, Issei, I'm too young to lose my virginity like this, Naruto thinks, showing a fake smile, and begins pushing Zenovia out the door. Yeah, he is. Talk to him about getting pregnant, Naruto says, shutting the door between them, and slides back on the door's side. This wouldn't end well, Naruto thinks. At the club room. Sorry, Naruto says to the injured Issei. I'll kill you, Issei says, making Naruto swear drop. Good grief. Why are you so indecent? Ria says, pouting. Oh no. He was just trying to get me pregnant, Zenovia says for some weird reason. Can you just keep quiet? Issei yells at her, and a magic circle appears behind them. Seems like you're having fun, someone says, and both look to see Ria's older brother wearing normal cloths, and his wife in the same cloths. Is something special going on? He says, smiling. Nothing much, just guy Zenovia to want to get pregnant by Issei instead of me, Naruto said, earning a flare from Issei. Be brother? Ria says, shocked. As Satan-sama? Issei says, and Yuto, Akino, Kaneko, and Issei kneel. I'm not a devil, so I'm not kneeling to what's your name again, redhead? Naruto said, not caring and shocking everyone at the display of manner. Ria then smacks Naruto upside the head hard. Show more respect, Ria says, glaring at Naruto, and Surzax laughs, finding this to be fun, seeing someone not very much care if he's a Satan. Are you Asia Argento? Surzax says. Why yes, Asia says. Thank you for helping my sister. I've heard many guys' things about you, Surzax says. I am flattered, Asia says, smiling. No need to be so tense. I'm here on personal business, Surzax says. Yes, sir, Asia says. Personal business? Ria says, and Zenovia steps forward. Are you a Satan? Zenovia says, and Naruto face faults, not believing Zenovia asked the most obvious question ever. I am Zenovia, Zenovia says. It's a pleasure, Zenovia. When I heard the weirder of Durandal had joined my sister's family, I could scarcely believe my ears, Surzax says. I still believe that I was quite bold to choose to become a devil. Sometimes I still regret it. Really, why did I become a devil? Was I desperate? But I did. Nariti grabs her mouth. Well, you know what she means, Naruto says, and Surzax laughs. So the rumors are true. I heard that a descendant of the Uchiha family was just found. I never expected you were related to one of the Mist's strongest families to the underworld, Surzax says, surprising Naruto. That aside, brother, why have you come? Ria says. Don't tell me you don't know. Parents' Day is coming up, Surzax says, and Naruto freezes, thinking of Azazel. I knew it. This is why he adopted me, oh shit. If people see him, and he acts like a pervert or something, my school reputation will be ruined. Naruto thinks sadly. Why you can't mean, Ria says, shocked. I would live to see my sister busy in her studies, Surzax says, smiling. Grafia told you, didn't she? Ria says. Don't worry. Father will be coming with me, Surzax says, enjoying this moment. You're a Satan. You shouldn't be leaving your work for such a thing, Ria says. I'm not. I'm visiting for work, too. I would like to host the conference for the 3 factions here, in this academy, Surzax says, surprising them. Ianku Academy? Ria says, not believing it. Yes, and Naruto, would you please come to the meeting and show us your awakened abilities? That will help greatly, Surzax says, and Naruto nods. Next day. Naruto is currently walking to school when he sees Vala. What are you doing here? Naruto said, and Vala looks at him, and walk towards him until they're face to face. It's been a while, Naruto, Vala says, and both stick their fists out and bump fists. So Azazel got you too, Naruto said, and Vala leans against the side of the entrance. Yeah, I should have known he would pull something like this off. He sometimes talks about his friends having families and married, Vala said. Yeah, I guess we're brothers now, Naruto says, smiling as well as Vala. So, you're the White Dragon Emperor, Naruto said, looking at Vala. Yes, so you're the weirder of Tiamat, one of the 5 Dragon Kings, Vala answers back, looking at the clouds. Both then notice Issei, who grabs his left arm in pain and looks at them. Let's talk to him, Naruto said, and both walk towards Issei. Issei, I would like you to meet an old friend of mine, he's one of my first friends. His name is Vala, Naruto says, introducing his friend. Welsh Dragon, Red Dragon Emperor, Issei Hydra. I am the White Dragon Emperor, the Vanishing Dragon, Vala says, smiling. Your Issei says, and flinches in pain from his sacred gear. When Issei comes back to reality, Vala is sticking his finger straight at Issei's forehead. You're defenseless, Vala says, making Issei glare at him. For instance, right now I could use a magical, Vala says, and jumps back. Boosted, Issei didn't finish because Yuto and Zenovia have their swords at his neck. Your joke is getting out of hand, Yuto says, and Nariti signs, rubbing the back of his head. We can't let you start a fight with the Red Dragon Emperor here, White Dragon Emperor. Cut it out, Valley, you're making a scene now, Naruto said, not wanting to cause trouble. Issei. Asia says, arriving, and Issei gets in front of her. Asia, stay back, Issei says, and Vala smirks with his eyes closed. Don't even try it. You couldn't defeat Kokabiel, so you're no match for me. If you don't mind people seeing, then by all means, go ahead, Vala says. Both of their swirls disappear and walk by Issei's side. Naruto moves next to Vala, surprising them. Naruto, why are you on his side? Yuto says, not understanding. Right now he's not an enemy to anyone, but don't worry, if he attacks you guys I'll fight as well, Naruto says, and Vala laughs a little. So you never told then about me? Vala says, looking at Naruto, shakes his head. Never came up, Nariti says, and Zenovia looks between them. How do you two know each other? Zenovia says. We met when we were kids. At that time, I lost my parents and Valazab never mind. It's not my place to say, Naruto says, remembering what Vala said to him about his parents abandoning him. Issei Haidu, where do you think you rank in power among the people of the world? Vala says, confusing Issei. What? Issei says, not understanding. Your balance breaker, although incomplete, is 4 digits from the top. It ranks somewhere between 1 and 1,500. Actually, considering the strength of the host, probably lower, Valley says, and Issei narrows his eyes at him. What are you trying to say? Issei says. Issei Haidu is a rare gem, very much worth training, Rias Gremory, Vala says, and they see Rias arriving with Akino and Kaneko. President, Issei says, surprised. White Dragon Emperor. What might you be after? If you are affiliated with the fallen angels, we will avoid. Rias is stopped by Vaki, who chuckles. In times past, the 2 heavenly dragons, the Welsh dragon and vanishing dragon, the red and white, have caused all they meet to lead miserable lives. How are things working out for you? Vala says, and Naruto puts his hand on Vala's shoulder and shakes his head. You're right, Naruto. I'm not here to fight today, Vala says, walking past them. I have a lot of things to attend to, Vala says, leaving. Even I don't know what goes on in his head, Naruto says, walking to school. Time skip. Naruto is currently in class with Akino and Rias when he noticed it. Naruto turns and sweats seeing Azazel wearing the same outfit he wears during the meeting with the 3 factions. He's currently videotaping Naruto's art lesson on what he will make with paper mache. Naruto looks to see a man with crimson-colored hair videotaking Rias. That must be Rias' father, Naruto thinks, and looks away embarrassed by Azazel. Let's see if you got skills at making art, Naruto, Azazel says, and a ruddy sweat stops at that. Let's see what I can do, Naruto says, thinking about Roku and if he can make it, and when he comes back to reality, he sees an exact replica of Roku made from paper mache. Holy shit! Naruto yells, falling back and out of his seat. Azazel laughs at Naruto's reaction. I believe that's a Hydra from Greek mythology, the teacher says, impressed by the design. Tiamat, how did I? Naruto thinks. You did it without even paying attention, Tiamat says, sweat drooping. Time skip. A photo shoot of the witch girl? As an ex-photography club member, I must record every detail through my lenses. A student yells, running with other students. Wonder what's that all about? Naruto thinks, waking after them. Naruto enters the gym and sees a girl dressed in an outfit of some sort. Issei and the others enter behind him. Magical Girl Milky Spiral 7 Alternative Cosplay, Issei says suddenly. Wow, Issei, your reputation just plummeted from just 1 sentence, Naruto says. A repeat customer once has me watch a marathon of the entire anime series, Issei says. A repeat customer? Asia says, confused. Hey! Saji yells, gaining their attention, and he's standing in front of the girl. What do you think you're doing? You're at school. Shoo! Party's over. Saji yells, but 9 of them listen. I got this, Naruto says, walking on stage, gaining their attention. If you do not listen and leave, I'll make all you guys' lives a living hell, Naruto says, cracking his knuckles and freaking the hell out of them all. Run for your lives, he'll kill us all. One of them yell, running. That's his, you clear a room, Naruto says, smiling, and Saji sweats but then turns back to the girl. Are you family of a student? Saji says, and she nods. Yeah, she says. We can't have you walking around school in those clothes, Saji says. Mil spiral. She says, making pose, and both Naruto and Saji's sweat drop at that. Well, she's been watching too much anime, Naruto says, and the other get closer. Hey, Saji. Good to see you hard at work, Issei says. Shut up, Issei, Saji says, and the door suddenly opens. Saji, what's going on here? Soma said, not seeing who behind Saji. Oh, President, I was just. Saji is cut off by the girl behind him. Found you, Sona, she says, surprising Sona. Don't tell me she's, Naruto thinks, turning back to the girl, and she jumps down from the stage. Sona, she says, running in front of Sona. Sona, what's wrong? You're blushing like crazy. You've finally been reunited with your big sister. I think you should be much happier to see me. I wouldn't mind us cuddling and having signed girl-on-girl action, where you say big sister and I say little sister, you know? She says, and Sona starts to sweat. Big sister? Issei says, confused. Seraphal Leviathan-sama, Rias says, and Naruto eyes widen, remembering the marriage request. One of today's 4 great Satans and my president's older sister. It's the first time I've ever seen her though, Saji says, surprising them. You're actually super happy to see your sister again, aren't you? Seraphal says, and Rias walks up behind her. Seraphal-sama, it's been a while, Rias says, smiling, and Seraphal turns to her. Oh, Rias! It's been ages. How you been? Seraphal says, smiling happily. I've been well, thank you. Are you here for Parents' Day? Ria says and Seraphol pouts. Yeah. Sona's so mean. She didn't say eyes to me about Parents' Day. I was devastated. I was so angry I was about to attack heaven. Seraphol says. Someone please tell me she's kidding, Naruto says and Seraphol spots him. Who's he? Seraphol says looking at Naruto. That's Naruto Uzumaki. Before Rias could finish, Seraphol runs and tackles Naruto, surprising everyone. You're the one I heard that killed Kokabiel. I heard you were awesome and very strong. Also you're related to matters Uchiha said to be stronger than a Satan. Seraphol says laying in top of Naruto and dies something to shock everyone. She kisses Naruto on the lips. Naruto is frozen and they separate. Yum! Ramen flavor, I hope you accept the marriage request. Seraphol says sitting up and everyone is really shocked. I don't mind sharing, Seraphol says looking at Akino and both anime at each other. What just happened? Naruto thinks and Tiamat is laughing like crazy. I am in charge of the student council here. Even if you are my family, such behavior and attire is completely unacceptable. Sona says loudly at her older sister. Say it ain't so, Sona. If that's what you think, your sister will be so very sad. You know that your sister's into magical girls, didn't you? Seraphol says entering a pose. I'm gonna use my shiny stick and slaughter all the angels and fallen angels. Seraphol says holding a fake wand. Big sister. Please behave yourself. Your little sparkles could level a small country in seconds, Sona said. Hey Saji. When Kokabiel came by, your president didn't call her sister, but it's because they don't like each other, is it? Issei says smiling. It's the opposite. Because Seraphol-sama loves her sister, President Sona, so much, calling her would only cause trouble, Akino says smiling. You got that right? She many have screamed, my sister's gonna be brainwashed by the fallen angels. And caused a war, Saji says, and Sona reached her limit with her sister annoying her. I can't stabs this anymore. Sona yells, running with tears falling from her eyes. Hold on, Sona. Seraphol yells, chasing after her. Stay away from me. Sona yells, running. Okay, that's what I call weird, Naruto says and Ria sighs. The four Satans are all like this. They're sort of crazy in private. Painfully so, Ria says, and they leave the building. Main building. Hey Issei. Issei's father says, drawing their attention. They're greeted by Azazel, Ria's father, and Issei mother and father talking to each other. Rias, there you are, Lord Gremory says. Father! Rias says, shocking Azazel, then he narrows his eyes at Azazel. Hey Naruto, Azazel says, smiling at him, which makes him feel uncomfortable. Are you Issei Hayadu? I'm Rias's father. Thank you for looking after my daughter, Lord Gremory said. You're welcome, sir. Dad, what's going on? Issei says, not knowing what's about to happen. I bumped into them in the hallway. It's tiring to talk here. We don't have much room, but would you two like go talk at our home? He says. That would be excellent, Lord Gremory said. Count me in, Azazel says smiling. What? Naruto, Issei and Rias say shocked. We're going to head back home, then. Are you two quite strong, Mr. Gremory, Mr. Azazel? Issei father says. I can handle any kind of drink, Azazel says. Did you know who those two you were talking to, right? Issei says stupidly. He wouldn't know, Asia says, and they hear laughing and look to see Rias' older brother walking down the steps. What a show, he says. Big brother, Rias says. Looks like we'll be eating with father today, he says, and Rias sighs. At Issei's house. This is delicious, Azazel says, eating a piece of pizza while Naruto sits next to Azazel eating ramen and looking away. I made the finest food I could, Issei's mom says. He is right, it is very tasty, Lord Gremory says smiling. Why don't we start with a toast? Issei father says, holding a big glass of beer along with Azazel. She serves shape, but Lord Gremory has a small glass. Cheers! They say, touching their glasses together, and drink. They're showing Naruto's video of how he freaked out. They're laughing while Naruto is looking down embarrassed. Let's see, Rias, then Issei's next, Lord Gremory says smiling. You filmed her? Azazel says, and they switch the video. President. Issei says, surprised seeing Rias in the next video. It's a parent's duty to watch his daughter at work, Lord Gremory says. Look. Rias is about to answer the teacher's question. Azizek says, enjoying that they're feeling embarrassed. I can't stand this. Big brother, you dummy. Rias says, leaving the room with Issei chasing after her. I hate you, Azazel, Naruto says. Time skip. Is that right? Azazel says, leaving against the wall at his home talking to Surzex. Yes, it seems that the seal used to seal away the flute of awakening is breaking. If Naruto were to play the flute without 9 tails, Surzex says, and Azazel's nods. He would go on a rampage of destruction until he hits 9, then he would explode, taking everything around him with him. The last time that happened, hell was about to be destroyed from the inside out. Thanks for not telling no one about the other truth. That idiot Kitsune thought he could become 10 tails because Kurama was able to do it. But it's not just that, you must have the conviction, Azazel says, looking out the window. So, he's in there? Naruto said, looking at the lock in the door standing next to the others. My counterpart? Asia says, confused. The seal breaks late at night, and he's allowed to wander around in this building. However, he refused to do so, Ria says, standing in front of everyone. Wow, I wonder what he died all day inside there? Naruto says, thinking of him playing Xbox 360, PS3 or Wii. He is making the most money out of all of us, though, Akino says, surprising Issei. Are you serious? Issei says, shocked. He makes special contracts via the internet, Yuto said. You said that he was sealed because he was too powerful. What's his ability? Zenovia said, and Rias opens the door, making the chains fall to the ground. She broke the seal, Kaneko says. I'm opening the door, Rias says, grabbing the door handle. 1 minute later. What the? Issei says. Good evening. I'm glad you're doing well, Rias says, and Gasper is hiding inside the coffin. What's going on? Gasper says, hiding. Your seals be broken. Now, why don't we? Akino says, opening the coffin up and puts the lid to the side. No. I want to stay here. I don't want to go outside. Gasper says with tears in his eyes, and Naruto looks sad. He's had a hard past, Naruto thinks sadly. Damn, a girl. And she's a blonde, just like Asia. Issei says, and Naruto holds in a laughter. Wow, Issei, I didn't know you were gay. Naruto says, smiling widely, confusing Issei. This is a boy, Ria says, and Issei freezes. President, what's you say? Issei says, thinking he didn't hear right. He may look like a girl, but he's actually a boy, Ria says, shocking Issei and Asia but not Naruto. So he likes to cross-dress well, this is new, Naruto says. Yes, Ria says, bending fish, and hugs Gasper. His name is Gasper Vladi. He is my family and my other bishop. He's a freshman at Ku Academy, and he was half vampire, half human before he was reborn, Ria says. Okay, I really didn't see that coming. How did you find him? Naruto says, and smiles at Gasper. Hello, I'm Naruto, Naruto says, sticking out his hand to Gasper. Hi, Gasper says, and smiles a little, surprising everyone. See, the kid can open up if you're very nice and don't yell, Naruto says, and walks to the door. I need to go now, call me if there's any trouble with the kid, Naruto said, leaving the room. Next day. The ability to stop time in a wide range, a sacred gear called Forbidden Bellevue, Azazel says, walking next to Naruto to the academy. That may be one of the most dangerous sacred gears ever created. So you just want to help him, nothing more? Naruto said, looking at Azazel, who nods. Yes, I won't steal it, do you trust me? Azazel says, looking at Naruto, smiling. You and trust don't belong in the same sentence, Naruto says, and Azazel's sweat drops and they begin entering the woods. They're greeted by Kaneko chasing Gasper with garlic. See, I told you they say weird things when I'm not around, Naruto says, sticking out his hand, and Azazel gives Naruto and $50. Oh, it seems the Satan's family is playing games out here, Azazel says, drawing their attention, and Issei starts sweating. Do you know him? Asia says, and Issei is in front of her. Both walk closer. Hello, Devil Red Dragon Emperor, Azazel says. Azazel, just call him Issei, it's annoying you keep calling him that, Naruto said to Azazel, who simply ignores the comment. The others are shocked at this. Azazel, Issei says, activating his sacred fear while Zenovia points her holy swirl at Azazel. And Naruto. Did you say Azazel? Saji says, shocked. Yes, Naruto said, standing next to Azazel. Why are you with him? Issei says, and Naruto signs. He's my godfather, and he adopted me as his son as well as Vala, Naruto says, shocking all of them. Saji activates his sacred gear. The other's Azazel, who just smiles. You can hang up on me, but you won't leave a scratch, Azazel says, and Naruto cuts him off. Naruto touches Azazel's shoulder. Tell them now. Or I call Azazel and let him join in the fun. Okay, kicking your ass, Naruto says, taking out his phone, and Azazel stops smiling and signs. Man, you have no humor. Just like your mother, even in death, she still scars the shit out of me, Azazel says, shivering at the meme memory of Naruto's mother. I'm here to give you guys advice. Hey, vampire. Forbidden Bellevue. Sacred gears like that are extremely dangerous if the user is too weak. That must be the Dark Dragon Vein, absorption line. Azazel says, looking at Saji. Of your training, connect it to the vampire and absorb his power as he uses his sacred gear. It'll give him better control over it, Azazel says. Absorb his power? Saji says, looking at his sacred gear on his wrist. What, you didn't know? That holds the power of Hydra, one of the 5 dragon kings. The prison dragon, or dragon king of evil. It can absorb and negate the power of whatever it touches. You can connect it to other things for a short time as well, Azazel says, helping them out. My sacred gear can do that, Saji says, surprised. There is a quicker way, though. Drink the blood of the Red Dragon Emperor, Azazel says, surprising them. Drink my blood, huh? Issei says, confused if what he means. Vampires are supposed to drink blood, after all. Well, give it a shot and see how it goes. Oh, and don't even drink Naruto's blood, it will surely destroy you on the inside from his ancestors' blood in him. It will be too much for you to gavel, especially the one who first obtained 10 tails, Azazel says, walking away, but Issei stops him. Wait. Why'd you hide your identity and approach me? Issei says, confused. For my hobby, Azazel says, looking back and smiles, then keeps walking. Okay, that was creepy. Anyone else who agrees, raise your hand, Naruto says, raising it along with everyone else. Creepy pervert, Kaneko says, and Naruto nods. You got that right, Kaneko, Naruto says, smiling at her, and she gets a light blush. Time skip. You want me to talk to him, why? Naruto says, standing next to Rias at the door where Gasper is hiding inside. Because you both had hard pasts. There's a reason why Gasper's like this. Gasper's father is a renowned vampire, but his mother is a human. Vampires value pure blood more than devils do. Consequently, Gasper was shunned by his family. The humans called him a monster. He even had the ability to stop time, but couldn't control it at all. Everybody feared him. Or rather, they loathed him. If he stops you in time, he can do anything to you. Nobody wafts to be close to a person like that, Rias says. I see. Gasper was the same as Asia, Naruto said. Of course, we know that Gasper would never do such a thing, Rias says. Don't be too sure, people can change fast after something happens but can be changed back, Naruto says, thinking when he was still stuck in his gate and freed from it. Then they start hearing Gasper talk to himself. I don't want this power. Everyone stops. That's why everyone's scared. Everyone hates me. I hate it too. I don't want to see my friends' frozen faces anymore, Gasper says, holding on his stuffed animal and crying sitting in his box. I don't deserve to be a king, Rias says, and Naruto shakes his head. Don't be too sure about that, I'll talk to him, Naruto said. Naruto, Rias says, surprised. I must help him become strong, otherwise he'll fall and die, Naruto said, and Rias smiles. Now I see why Kaneko like you, Rias says, smiling, and Naruto gives her confused look. What do you mean, Kaneko? Naruto says, and Rias just smiles, disappearing. Naruto sits down against one of the doors leading into the room. Gasper, I'll stay here until you come out, Naruto says. 12 hours later at night. Hey, are you scared of me? I have a sacred gear of one of the 5 dragon kings, Tiamat, and I have the blood of an angel, fallen angel, devil, and kitsune. I'm scared too. When I awoke in my power, I was afraid that wouldn't be able to control it and hurt the friends I care about. But I didn't care about that fear and fought Kokabiel, Naruto said. That power could take your precious things away from you. Why do you still use it all the time? Gasper says, not crying anymore. I'll take any chance if it means I can protect my friends. However, Naruto says, and looks down. However? Gasper says, wanting to know more. Like Issei, I never want to see Akino cry tears of sadness again. I wasn't there when they lost the raiding game. If I had become a knight like Rias offered me once, I could have protected all of them, Naruto said, and the door to his side opens a little. I know about that battle too. I was locked to here though, Gasper said. It's not your fault. But you will be with us from now on, Naruto said. Naruto starts to transform into his ultimate balance breaker. Talking about the 3 blood red foxtails, 2 angel wings, 2 fallen angel wings, and 2 devil wings, Kurama's eyes, sharper teeth and darker whisker marks, and a half halo on top of his head. You're not going to hold anyone back, Naruto says, surprising Gasper, and he opens the door more and sees Naruto looking completely different. Half-bloods are stronger than you think. It gives us the power of both species. Our human half it gives is the power to have a sacred gear. They aren't curses, they're gifts, and we're friends after all, Naruto says, smiling, and Gasper opens the door more. Friends, Gasper says, and Naruto puts 2 fingers to Gasper's forehead. Like how Itachi does it to Sasuke when they were younger. Lend us your power, Gasper. If anything scared you, depend on might to kick its ass, Naruto says, and Gasper looks away. But Gasper says, you want to drink Issei's blood, Naruto says, surprising Gasper, and he pulls his fingers away. That will give you, Naruto is cut off by Gasper shaking his head. I'm scared. I'm scared if drinking the blood of living things. The only thing I can force myself to do is drink from a blood bag. My power's already frightening as it is. What am I going to do if I get even stronger? Gasper says. You will be able to control it and not see your friends' faces frozen again and jealous of your power, Naruto says, surprising Gasper. You're jealous? Gasper says, surprised. You have the power to save our friends if that about to be killed or hurt. You have the power to save someone when no one else can help, Naruto says and turns looking at Gasper, who's just staring at him. You're very nice. Nobody's ever told me that they envied my powers or provided examples, Gasper says, and Naruto chuckles. I only thought that people hated my power, Gasper says, and Naruto's eyes narrow. Don't say that. We were given these sacred gears for a reason. Destiny has nothing to do with this. Now stop crying like a little girl and stand up and fight to protect all our friends, Naruto yells at Gasper, shocking him. Naruto stands up, sticking his hand out to Gasper. I will train you from now on, so just call me Naruto or Sensei, Naruto says, and Gasper smiles and stands up. That's amazing, Naruto. You use your power to protect all our friends, something I found never pull off. Your desire to protect is your pure will, Gasper says, and Naruto laughs. I think I'm a little more confident now, Gasper says, and Naruto nods. Nice job, Naruto, Yido says, walking towards them, and both smile. What's up, Yido? Naruto said. You're getting along with Gasper already, Yido says, and Naruto nods. I finally helped him out of his shell. The next steps is training, Naruto says, and hears Tiamat's voice. I am impressed you handled that quite well, Naruto, Tiamat says inside Naruto's head. Thank God I got here first before Issei, or he would have convinced you of helping him do something very perverted, Naruto says, sighing and ruffling Gasper's hair, and he smiles. Oh, you're getting along, Zenovia says, walking towards them with Kaneko and Asia by her side. Great news, I'll be reading Gasper from now on so you can stop scaring him with your holy sword, Naruto says.